OBS should look like. All right, folks. Welcome to another edition of 3BGB. Our podcast is lagging, getting it up. As you can see, we have a special guest in studio.
See,
the one, the only Kashiana. I come up also, like, one thing I do, Kashiana, is I come up with random nicknames for people. Like when they're baseball players, and then people will ask later, like, do you even like that nickname? Because like one guy's name was Dave John.
This is a funny ass story.
And I call him Dave Wilson. I called him Gravy Davey Wilson. He's like, do you like that nickname? He's like, no, dude, I do not. But like everything with your name being Kashiana, I always want to like do like K2, which is like a ski company, but it's like a massive mountain in K2. Anything to do with K, like K Swiss, like I don't know, like K Money, I don't know. But anyway, Kashiana is awesome. We are friends and business associates now that she is a 3BGB correspondent.
Happy to be here.
Where's that sound coming from? Is that TV's going?
Yeah, the TV's playing the volume.
Oh, it's the delay on the... I see, I gotta mute this. Okay, well, there you go. I was like, I thought I heard something. Now it won't come through. And you can't see right here. I have to go to like the OBS, like this right there. We put in a little monitor because Dutch can't really see what the heck I'm talking about.
Yeah, because it's literally like a 30-second delay. So you'd be
All right,
talking
we'll
about a
fade
video.
down with the intro music there. You missed nothing. Do we sound okay on YouTube, bud?
In my opinion, absolutely. I can hear it.
Okay.
Keep talking.
And we can go back to bump music, but Kashiana in studio, Dutch Chattahoochee in studio, and we could road map it, but I'll just let you guys say what's up and how y'all's weeks have been going, and then we'll get down to...
There's a delay or something. It's like echoing.
That's probably because of the TV, right?
At that point, or is it live?
Hold on. You're playing. There's a video playing in the background on your computer.
That's what it is. All right, let's... Well, I muted the desktop audio. Let's
No,
go.
do you have a video open on YouTube or something?
Probably.
Because someone's talking.
This thing right here. This. That's it right there.
ATG's in the house.
ATG, baseball. Yeah, that's what the problem was.
Okay, you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we do the first.
Because I was like, there's some fucking dude talking. It doesn't sound like you.
Yeah. That's what you do. It's always sound. It's always sound issues. It's always sound issues.
Bonnie's in was
I
it
think that was a
Mississippi
problem
today?
All right.
Mississippi.
So I think that's what we actually look like right there. And then we'll just go I don't know. Thanks for doing the tech troubleshooting there. That probably saved the day. I'd have done that for like the better part of an hour if you didn't say anything.
But the underground sound, that layer was like super low, but you could hear a voice that wasn't yours.
So this is we'll do a little bit more bumper music. Puerto Rico is going to be the primary segment for today, as Kashiana went on a baseball mission. And
mission accomplished.
Here's Dutch. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Turnstile cam. Here's Dutch cam. We're not very good at lighting. Yeah, there's Turnstile, there's Dutch cam, and then wide cam that gets all three of the crew. Shout out to ATG Baseball, of course, and then I just want to tease right out of the gate, MiLB Hatbilly. Also, it's funny because the Mo Jorgen name is Jake, but also a Jake. It must be just an awesome name. Guy makes some amazing videos. If you haven't checked out MiLB Hatbilly, my goodness gracious, dude, that guy is doing the Lord's work when it comes to like really in-depth and entertaining deep dives on kind of a lot of baseball obscurities. Like, go back to the very first videos and check this. This stuff is great. But anyway, we've talked to him and hope to have him on next Thursday, like the way we did with ATG, and that's going to be sweet. The Baseball Underground, as I say, is forming like Voltron.
Do I get I'll do my shout-outs later.
Yeah, we'll get to the segments. But Kashiana, I'll let you introduce yourself and how you know my nutty ass, and then we'll kind of like talk about segments and then get to it. What do you think?
Cool. Well, I'm Kashiana.
Yes.
From Corpus, but I'm living in San Antonio now, and I love Ernie's kids, and we hang out, and that's how we met.
She watches the boys who are hellions, which
They're
is
not-
it just made it way harder now that Jay is here.
Well,
You know, because we can't actually, because you could watch Ted and Liam, but you can't watch Jay and Ted and Liam.
that's tough.
That's a tall order.
Me-
Somebody's
well-
got to be in bed.
Liam and Jay, not so much Teddy, because he's just like all over the
Teddy's a liability.
place. Yeah.
He's a hazard to himself and others. He just he's all over the place.
He's getting there though.
But Kashiana, I consider a gift from the heavens, honestly, for the family, and hit it off right away. But very
Yeah.
artistic and strange in the same way that we are strange, and
Spot on.
an excellent Spanish speaker.
Oh,
So I was
don't know
like,
about excellent, but
well, I don't know,
Decent.
better than I am, and I can't really up and take off to Puerto Rico for a few days, but I was like, man, maybe Kashiana could go get some baseball content. She's like, Kashiana's like, I don't know much about baseball, right? But it's just
Nope.
like,
I did learn. Well, did I learn? I learned the spirit of baseball. I don't know if I learned any real information, but just talking to some people about, hey, you like baseball, blah 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 blah.
Baseball is the best community in the world.
was
it
pretty fun.
really is, and I think that the accessibility of baseball for like the cursory fan, like you don't have to be a baseball like nerdery like we get down, but like if want to go to a ballpark, it's just a good time.
Yeah.
You go to 5 baseball games in your life, that's
Get
5
me
times in your
some
life.
Peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
That's awesome.
Baseball is a sport for the common person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be anybody and go sit down and watch a game. Football is a little different. Basketball is a little different. But baseball,
And it's really fun also to travel culturally, right? Because
Yeah.
like Taiwanese baseball and Japanese baseball, all very different vibes. Latin American baseball, Caribbean baseball, in Puerto Rico, everyone's got its own thing, but they all get together as they are right now for the WBC. It's just a good time. So we're going to be going like basically most of the show running through your epic trip.
It was something.
It looks awesome. We're going to be going through photos, folks, and videos. If you ever wanted to take a trip to Puerto Rico, this is the episode. How about you, Dutch? What do you got on tap for today?
what do I want to talk about?
Yeah.
Well, I want to give a shout out to 3 of the people from the ATG crew.
All right, let's do it. Let me pull up I did have an image
then,
for ATG.
I got one more thing.
Oh,
I
go
wanna
ahead.
talk about. And I want to talk about baseball chunks.
Baseball chonks.
Yeah.
I did have that on the segment list.
Yeah.
Do
Big
you want to
dudes in
go through
baseball.
the Merriam-Webster dictionary for chonk that you had there?
Yeah, a chunk is a fat.
I'm covering up Kashiana right now. Oh. No. Go ahead.
So a chunk is a fat or aggressively fluffy animal.
A fat or aggressively fluffy?
Animal, and that was in the.
But
Urban,
it's not aggressive in persona.
I got
It's
that
just
off Urban
aggressive.
Dictionary. I got that
Okay.
off Urban Dictionary. So take it with what you will.
Baseball chonk. Would you give an archetype for a baseball chonk? Because I know you mentioned John Kruk.
Yeah. So basically, a chunk is like a bigger dude, like a not necessarily overweight, but got some heft to him. Because I was thinking of Daniel. Was it Vogelbach or whatever his last name is?
Yeah.
The guy for the Mets.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that'd be cool to see more dudes like that in there.
There's some big dudes. Baseball's a sport that any body type.
So
Is
I'll list
welcome.
off my top dudes.
get
Can we
on
do that now or do it later?
I think we'll get into it. I'm not sure how we're going
All
to
right.
order everything,
But yeah, baseball needs more chunks for sure.
let's get
More
the
big
ATG and MiLB Hatbilly shout-outs out of the way. I'm going to let you do that and talk about. Look at this shot of Jake. I got the perfect bat flip. That's at the beginning of episode 150. But if I can do this, let me close that image. You go ahead. I'm going to put the camera. I got the camera on. You talk about what you want while I get ATG 150 up so I can show their Zoloft commercial. It's flipping hilarious.
All right, well, I won't talk then if you're doing that. I don't want to.
No. You
Be
keep-
interrupted
I
during the
need.
video there.
I need filler right now while I'm finding it. That's
Well,
what I need.
What? Do you have anything to say?
Get some filler.
I'm at a loss for words.
We had some delicious taco palenque for lunch.
Sure did.
Taco Palenque is going to take over the world.
Shut up. Well, I don't know. Like I said,
Taco Bell guy.
yeah, like I've been bitching about for the past 20 minutes. Their food is really, really good, but it's too greasy. It like ruins the taco shell and the tortilla shell. It's just so much grease, it soaks it up.
All right, let me find.
That's my only complaint, and I know that's stupid, but it's true.
Oh, shout out to my wife who may be watching. I don't know if she's tuned in yet.
Aw. Hey, Elle.
Send her a text.
I was like, Kashiana's on the show today, and she's like, I got to check it out. And I sent her the link. So
That's cute.
all right, I have no idea what the it still looks like.
State of Franchise is rolling up
you
in
right
here
now.
too.
Let's go back to OBS, and then we can do window capture won't actually show up because it's on photo. So I got to do this one. There we go. There it is. That should actually show up right there on us, ATG. And then I can navigate back for those of you who don't understand the artistic abilities that's going on here with, I got to turn on the
volume.
Well, the volume on the TV may create echo, but if I go to OBS like this, then people that are watching it will actually get the sound from this video. And it's great because they just go where the Zoloft comes in here. Now, word from our sponsors. This is so greatness. Look at Jake working the Mo Jorgen. It's so good. No, y'all can't hear anything, but
I can see it. I've seen this video like 20 times already.
Because
so
right now it's
I hear
thrashing.
I like the Ric Flair wrestling reference in there, dude.
It gets crazy.
I just realized that's the actual commercial.
Yeah.
From back in the day when they would play it.
Yeah, and the fact that Bonnie got it in there and did all this into the Zola.
And it gets all heavy.
It gets insane. It's so good. And I maintain just like Da Vinci, Michelangelo levels of creativity and artistry. I don't know whether black screen is still in there. But check out 150. 150 is out. And then you could shout out all the guys. You can confirm that the Dread Pirate Roberts doesn't hate our guts because you said something that one time. Is that what happened, Ben?
He knew I was fucking around, dude. He knew I wasn't serious.
What'd you say?
Right.
Oh, no. So we were doing like a test episode, and I was just saying, like, oh, no. What I was saying was, this is a test episode. Like, that's all I said. Because I was just letting him know, hey, it's not the real thing.
We're effing around.
So that's why we're fucking around.
Uh-huh.
But he knew I was fucking around.
Yeah,
I was saying
I
that,
know.
yeah.
All right. Well, shout out to those guys. They're very, very baseball fun.
So here's let me give my shout outs real quick.
All right.
Before
Do it up. Do
So
you need bump music for that?
sure, dude. All right, so I'm gonna give out 3 shout out dudes that I've been watching a lot lately from the ATG crew family or whatever you want to call
Some
them.
of those dudes have their own podcast we need to pump too, right?
Yeah. So the first
Going for a
dude
drink.
I want to shout out is from Twitch, Dirty Bird Michael Mills. He does a lot of MLB The Show,
Nice.
NBA 2K streaming, stuff like that. Really fucking cool. The second guy is the Hall of ATG podcast, Trey Roberts.
Trey, what's up?
They do like a podcast for the Hall of Fame for ATG, and they talk about the players, the ballot. It's really fucking interesting to listen to. And then the last guy I want to shout out is State of the Franchise Gaming. His name is Ramel, and he does a lot of cool stuff on YouTube. What do you call it? What's that game? MLB The Show.
MLB The Show.
Yeah, right now I'm watching his franchise series for the Toronto Blue Jays, Northern Lights. And he goes into like really deep dives of like the off-season moves. He talks about the players, like the changes, whether they improved, whether they declined. And it's like watching like an MLB like network show. It's really cool.
It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it talks about like the off-season moves, things like that. It's really fucking cool. So I would just, if you go to YouTube and just go to State of the Franchise Gaming, it's like a blue logo. It's like an S. It's the first thing that pops up. You'll see it.
Yeah,
So
you make some excellent shout outs there that people need to know about what those guys are doing because it's a really interesting dive. And it's tons of fun. When you look at the way Bonnie edits stuff, it's actually pretty hilarious, and they got a great sense of humor. But if you listen to what they're saying on like the baseball stuff that they're doing as far as like historical rosters they're building and like how cool that is and how much research it must take. So it's like, yeah, that's great. I can go look up like the 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers. I can do that. But they're
Yeah.
building rosters that are like barnstorming.
Like 1800s.
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
the 1940s Jackie Robinson barnstorming team that he went through the Midwest with, and they found all the dudes on the barnstorming team, which is in like no, MLB records. They find it, and then they'll build a roster.
It's a lot of work.
Like that's so cool. So
to recap before, because I was talking kind of fast. So number 1, Hall of ATG podcast, Trey Roberts. So you go to YouTube, look up Trey Roberts,
Nice.
You'll find it.
let's go over to their little.
If you go to Twitch and type in Dirty Bird Mike 91, that's where you'll find Michael Willis.
Yeah.
I keep saying Willis because my wordings, but Michael Mills.
And here's the ATG
And then
Discord. Tons of fun.
thirdly, you go to YouTube and go to State of the Franchise Gaming. Look for like the Blue S logo, and you'll find his channel there.
All
So
right,
those are the 3 guys I've been watching a lot lately.
We'll have to feature those guys.
Like I've been doing like
more.
schoolwork, like editing and stuff, and I'll have like I have 2 screens, and on one side I'll have one of their stuff up while I'm editing, listening to it, watching it at the same time.
Yeah.
I just thought those guys deserved some shout outs because they put out great stuff.
I mean, technically, it's a lot of hard work. We
Yeah.
just go up, check our sound and audio, and we just click the button and we just talk out of our asses. But these guys are actually really laboring.
Yeah, I was like,
So-
because I was watching Dirty Bird Mike the other night.
Yeah.
I think he's from Atlanta or something over there, and he was doing like I think the 90s Braves team.
Yeah.
All the greats from the 90s, and it was cool to watch that.
Oh, man. They got so much good stuff. It's honestly, and the fact that it's like their episodes are only maybe like 7-8 minutes long, some of them. But like I said, you start like listening to what they're building on these historical rosters is like unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it's definitely a lot.
they got
of
a
work.
good thing going. They're bringing an excellent baseball community together for a lot of like interesting baseball fun. And it's cool that it's in like the gaming platform, but really, if you just stand back and look at it from maybe like a sabermetric or like baseball historian standpoint, it's unbelievable. Like I'd go to like a TED Talk or something and listen to these guys talk historical baseball. Just the Library of Congress level of information in their noggins. Anyway, they are greatness. And we will go, the other dude, and I'm just going to tease this now because I have my little image, is, let me close that, and MiLB Hatbilly. This dude, super nice guy, also a musician, Dutch, by the way. We're blocking caution.
Who, me?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
this guy was in a
Yeah.
pretty big band. They like toured the U.S. and when I looked, he like sent me one of their videos. I was like, "What, dude? They're a professional."
I definitely
Um,
like meeting fellow musicians because I'm a bass player myself in punk. I played in some punk bands, so
But and his videos, just like the ATG, like the level of work, the workmanship and quality that goes into the MiLB Hatbilly stuff is kind of amazing. And talking to him on the phone, he's like, "Man, that's cool that you guys like it." I was like, "Man, we love it, dude. It's really, really great stuff."
especially
And
the story that he posted the other day about the World Series. Oh, is it College World Series, right, in the 80s or something?
yeah, like this
There
one,
it
right, the
is.
Grand Illusion.
Yeah, 82.
But if you go to all his videos, you can see what Jake looks like. Jake's down here at the bottom because like he was doing a bunch of stuff. There's Jake right there. This is pretty funny. This guy breaks into Fenway. Oh, we got to go through the ads. There's Jake right there. That is the legend who's making this stuff. But anyway, that's next week's show. So that's a teaser. But if you really want to get into it, and we'll talk about his band Pyro Ohio. That's right, Pyro Ohio. Andy said we could license this music. That's what I'm talking about. Not free. I told him, I was like, you want to pay for it. You want to compensate the artist, but
Get some of that bling.
I don't like breaking the license stuff so much because in my mind,
And YouTube is very
3BGB will be watched by the entire world, including Japan and Malaysia and Dubai in a few years. And
I just want my homies in Canada to see. That's all I want.
yeah,
Because Nebraska's on there every week, but Canada, not so much.
But look at this, Don Wilson, obscure Houston ace. Like he goes, this Lowenstein one was really good, and the Eric Shao one was a lot of research. It's just he grabs interesting subject matter and makes some really, really cool stuff. A prankster, the Tommy John. I will say this, we'll talk to him next week about it, and I'll let this go. But I was like, like nobody's really watching our stuff. I go, dude, like, look at this one. John Lowenstein, 227,000 views. Like he's a $250,000 and then, like 1.8. So it's just like he's like, dude, I don't really. There's no rhyme or reason why certain stuff goes viral, but this one's really good. His latest one, The Grand Illusion, is a really cool one. So anyway, MiLB Hatbilly teaser for next week.
What do you think about all this baseball stuff? Did you realize how like nerdy you can get about it?
It's
definitely.
it never.
It's crazy, right?
But every community's got its like. You can say anything, and you know.
Baseball's the best, though.
Yeah.
Community for it. I want to watch that video about the one. What was his name? The most hilarious.
Oh, the funniest player, the pranksters.
Yeah.
No, check out like that. There's some really interesting. That's why I like baseball has so many characters. You know, like every biography you'll always read, there's always like that one dude on the team who's kind of a nut.
Yeah.
Like even the stars, like Babe Ruth, like this dude's out partying all night. Mickey Mantle, like these guys, the backstory off the field is fascinating.
Oil Can Boyd, was always on Ron Washington was always on cocaine.
A lot of guys
Cocaine Run
on cocaine
while playing
and managing. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
I mean not like a shit ton amount, but enough to keep it going.
Yeah, well, Doc Ellis threw a no-hitter on
LSD,
so that's actually.
Wait,
legendary.
So is that for a no-hitter? Is it like has to be a certain MPH or what is it?
No, like he literally. So it's like a very rare feat that you as a pitcher would pitch and win the game. Like that's not that big of a deal. But where the other team actually never reaches base by getting a hit, like a base hit. So it's just like there's only been like 300 of them or something in Major League history, and he did it, but he was like
the baseball gods were
accidentally high on LSD supposedly. So
yeah, I think no hitters are been more common last couple of years, but yeah, they're
like.
And what was that one guy from the Tigers that got robbed, one out, and they're like, nope, he was safe.
Yeah, and I think that was a perfect game.
That was so shitty. Yeah, so a perfect game is nobody gets on base at all, no errors, nothing. I wish I could pitch a perfect game.
So that's kind of that. I do have, before we get to the Puerto Rico, I do want to mention Monclova. LMB for you Mexican baseball fans are going to be in San Antonio April 1st and 2nd. We're going to try to go with Mike G, represent Seguin River Monsters. We have a Seguin River Monster, our first Seguin River Monster going to the big time. Jose Gutierrez is signed with Monclova, was going to Jackson State.
I'm all over Team Mexico, man.
And the Jose Gutierrez story is kind of interesting. I understand his grandfather, I think, played for Monclova, but he was drafted by Cleveland out of high school and then kind of went the JUCO route, and he's basically raked, like just can hit everywhere he goes. And from what I saw, the wood bat at the River Monsters, like this guy controls the zone. He's great. Why isn't like not a major D1 school like picking up on how good of a professional hitter this guy's going to be? And I was going to Jackson State playing fall ball and such and that, and they just worked it out. And he got a contract, and now he's with the LMB. And my thinking is he's with the big team. I know I think there's some developmental levels in Mexico, but I mean that dude can play at any level. So I'm excited to go see Jose play there. That's the LMB segment. I'm trying to knock out as many little segments as I can because I know how much time, Casciano, we're going to spend on the awesome Puerto Rico trip. Maybe I'll just tease it. Let me go. That's what I'm going to do so people can see. So this is actually let's just talk about, this is kind of where part of it started. If I could go here, and then I'm going to go here. So let me go back and do the window capture. Okay, this is a field in Puerto Rico, right here. I don't know. I could probably just cover all of us up because nobody can see anything. But and I'm gonna go to here. And so this is a field in Puerto Rico, and if you look, there's Puerto Rico right there, but it's right on the coast. It's flipping insane. Look at this beautiful coastline. You could yank one foul, you're going on the beach.
It's like the
this
giant.
is in like Luquillo.
Yeah, this was you never made it.
Yeah, that's like super out east.
Because you were all here.
Yeah, Sixto Escobar. If you zoom into that one, this is in San Juan, around the area I was in, and that's basically the same thing.
It's like
I didn't realize it's right there. That's the baseball field right there. Then you got it like I'm sure there's got to be so many of
Where
these
is that
types of
second
fields.
field that you? We'll get to that.
That's the field. That's this Sixto Escobar, and then Escambaron Beach just like right behind it.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't there like
So-
another field that you said was beyond the fence, or was that a different stadium?
I think it might be the same one that you're thinking of. This is the same
Okay.
park, I think.
But that was the plan. I was like, somebody
Yeah.
tell me what's going on over at this crazy stadium. Whoop, there's a Hyatt Regency. That's pimp.
There you go.
Because I just thought it was so cool. I like it when stadiums aren't like surrounded by parking lots and they're kind of in like a little like urban environment. And I was like, man, look at this. There's like all these houses around it. And all right, I can kill the music now. I'll let that go
It's
for
been
50
going on
minutes.
for a while.
But this is like it's just like a condo next to the stadium. I was like, how's that for your morning coffee, right? So I got to check that out. But Kashian has gone and come back. And
Is that her photo?
Yeah,
took
that's.
This is a whole video.
But
Oh no, I
that's
thought
like,
that the video.
Oh,
that
no, that
I was like,
wasn't
that's so fucking badass.
those are that's like the batting cages. But
Did,
we'll get to that. But we're
did
gonna
you
go
get-
through. If I can go also like, because there's just like a million cool photos.
Just random
Like here's
stuff.
Sixto Escobar Stadium. You know, like there's so much cool stuff from
you-
the Puerto Rico trips.
Did you get like video of the bat where you had the GoPro? Is there footage of that too?
Mhm.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got the fucking
And I was in there for a
point
while.
of view shot.
I don't know,
Wait a
like,
second. Is that still
probably-
up? Oh,
was
we're
it
gonna
weird
go-
though? Like at first putting that on and being in public and
Oh,
using
here we
it.
go.
you know, I was kind of nervous about that with the camera, even the GoPro, and then with people like being on it. But
Yeah.
I kind of, especially since I wasn't at home, I was just less inhibitions. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So I wasn't as scared.
Because we went to the batting cage one time. We had a camera set up. And it's kind of weird. I was like, are people gonna like stare at
Yeah.
us?
Some
Yeah.
pimp coffee shop. Coffee shop.
I was like, we got
Nice,
100,000
man.
subscribers.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
Have that same doormat, so I was like, wow. The
All right, so we're
synchronicity.
we'll take everybody on a tour through Puerto Rico here in just a moment. If you're like, should I go for vacation? The answer is yes, you should, because it's crazy nice, and everybody was really nice. But we're
Yeah.
gonna let Kashiana talk about the entire experience down there, and that's gonna be today's show. Other than a kind of a college baseball run through, because there's some interesting scores, but we might save the college baseball run through for the very end. So
I'll try not to get heated when it comes to Texas State and UTSA because UTSA.
you had some really strong opinions
Mhm.
that I'm a UTSA and Texas State fan, and I don't think you should get as perturbed as you are by UTSA folks getting psyched about a big win. But
some of the people in the UTSA community are kind of aggressive and they're not very bright.
I'm not going there. I'm not going down that road. But
I will.
wow. Okay. Well, so that's what we're gonna do today, and I don't know what else I felt. We could talk WBC. But we'll save WBC and college baseball for the end, and maybe baseball chunks. But I think with Kashiana here, we're just going to get into it.
I'm ready
The
to
first thing for anybody that's like going to Puerto Rico, Kashiana, is talk about like the flights. Not that bad. Like how, like I don't know. Like you have to connect. There's no direct from San Antonio. So what was getting there like and getting out of the airport to the pad like?
Honestly, the flight was a little longer than I expected. I don't know what I was expecting. I didn't even really look at the itinerary too in depth, but it's not bad. It's only like a 6-hour flight, and then you've got like 3 to your connecting, and then 3 there, and then getting off. I know I told you that like when I got off to the Airbnb from the airport the first day, the Uber was like $30-something, and that kind of scared me, shook me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But any Uber I took after that, it was super cheap. I feel like it's super easy to get around, at least in San Juan. So yeah, and then it's not bad.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Kashiana sounds good. Nice. Okay. We have to always check the levels in real time. That's how
Mhm.
professional. I think typically in the real world, there's like a guy in a sound booth, right, or something.
Yeah, there's a sound guy.
We actually have
yeah.
employees, but no.
One day.
Okay, so travel not bad, and then Ubers not bad, but kind of pricey on the Ubers, or no?
No, just that first one that the first Uber I took from the airport to the place on the first day, I was like, oh, $30. I'm like, and that's what I was telling
Is that
you.
a lot
like,
or no?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I've never taken an
in my
Uber.
personal opinion, but the rest of them after that were like $5, $2, $7. So definitely really accessible with the Uber. And then I didn't really take any other type of transportation. I will say we have the bird scooters here.
Yeah.
And another thing that I thought was funny is they have like on their birds, it says scootel. It's SKOOTEL or something.
Okay.
And that's like a play on the Puerto Rican accent scooter, but they say like they replace their R's with L's. So I thought scootel. But yeah, those did not work worth, at least in my.
How was the San Juan airport?
It's not that big.
Was it busy or like?
On my way back, there was a little line at TSA, but it wasn't bad at all, and I got through pretty quickly. They will. Oh, you know what's interesting? They have coming back into the continental U.S. You have to do like this USDA thing.
Oh, really?
For pig, I guess there's like African swine flu or something.
Yeah.
And so they had to like run your bags through this separate machine and get the USDA approval on that. But I did have some food that I had gotten. Like right before I left to the airport, and it was goat, but I was like scared about them not letting me take that through. I had no problems with my food.
You actually got goat through?
Got goat through.
Oh man, got the goat through. Was it like
dope meal?
Was it
airport.
like jerky or?
No,
this is
it's
like coming back to the States. You're bringing goat meat.
Well,
okay.
I literally just got a to-go plate, and I didn't have any time to like eat it. I was like, I just need to get to the airport, and I really did have a lot of time, but I didn't know how busy it was going to be or whatever. So I just took it through, but it was like. The plate was cabrito, so it was basically just like a stewed goat with some rice and beans. They gave me a little avocado. That's super good. I have some pictures of that.
All right, we'll get the pictures going here. Let's go. Display capture. It does that when I do it wrong, because this one is not. I don't think my window capture works on the photos. So I'm going to go display capture and then go over here to the photos. And this is like chronological. When we had like the folder up, you know what I'm saying? We have all these. I'm just starting here. And we'll just run through like we did all the way down to the videos. And you just kind of tell us what's going on.
Perfect.
And in Puerto Rico, I mean, there's obviously some kick-ass murals down there. But
they have some kick-ass
just
murals.
like all of us, we take many, many pictures. But yeah, dude, it looks nice. Nice cars, you know? It's like... I don't have any expectation one way or the other, but I'm always scared when I can't speak the language. I'm going to get myself into a bad spot, but it just absolutely looks like an island paradise to me.
You know what I was thinking? I never really once felt like unsafe there.
Yeah.
Even walking down the street at night, like that street where the murals are at, Calle Luisa, right by Rosalina Ocean Beach where I was staying, and I would like go walk at night trying to get something to eat around the neighborhood because there's like lots of different places to go over there just on that street alone. But I never once felt like unsafe or like unsecure. Just it felt really like homey.
And this was a nice park. I could see this when we realized where you were booked at. I was like, man, that's pretty nice.
There is a little field over there too, but it's like nothing really crazy. And I was hoping to catch some people
like some
playing.
sandlot baseball.
Yeah.
Like that's probably it there.
Exactly. But I don't think I ever saw people playing baseball when I checked out some of the fields. So that was a bummer, but you know.
These folks just chilling, eating
just
lunch.
Some random folks. We have a little interview with them.
What were they just remodeling Barbosa Park
I
there?
guess they're just doing some work, landscaping. I was like, hey, guys, can I take a picture of y'all? And they're like, whatever.
They're like, I don't even want to work today. I got a hangover. But, yeah, that looked like a nice park. But look at that. Paradise. People were like, oh, I'll fly forever to Hawaii. Dude, I mean, not that Hawaii and Hawaiian baseball isn't awesome, but I mean, Puerto Rico's right here, man. This is nice.
Right in your backyard, pretty much.
Like, oh, what kind of trees these are. There it is. Just hang out in the ocean. And you went swimming, right?
Yeah.
No sharks or stingrays?
None of that.
There was a shark. I went swimming.
I don't know when was the last time I went swimming, but pretty much Corpus. I'm from Corpus, so been in that murky water.
Right.
It gets pretty deep
Look
quick
at that.
out
That's
there.
gorgeous. Like, how do you get? What are one of the, like these little condos on the beach in
Super
San Juan
nice.
call?
There's like where your mouse was at over
Yeah.
there. There's like I love looking into people's houses. I'm
Yeah.
so nosy. But they had like a beautiful grand piano,
Oh,
and
shit.
those are pretty nice houses over there.
The way I look at it, the window's open for you to see.
Exactly.
You're allowed to take
They
a peek.
want you to look.
Yeah.
Especially with the piano.
Yeah, they're like, there's a lot to like about Puerto Rico. I think if you live there more than half the year, like 200 something days, then you can like get punished on capital gains tax on your
Ooh.
crypto or something. Oh no, there's
Hurricane
some tax.
season might bother me a little.
Yeah, they got messed up.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice. It's just gorgeous. Good photography. Look at this beach just going right down in there.
And these are all
see-
like unedited raw photos. And
Yeah.
it's like you can see how beautiful it is just coming through with the raw image.
That's like Dutch Chattahoochee and a Corona commercial right there on that part of the beach. Right?
Yep.
Speaking of Corona commercials, real quick, I'm just going to sidetrack like 5 seconds.
Absolutely. Sidetrack all you want, but
On those commercials, they never take a sip of the drink. They just like hold it. You know what I'm saying? Like take a sip.
chug it. Just clean it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's the work they were doing.
they're
the-
doing like a remodel
yeah,
of the track.
they
Yeah.
got a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Good stuff. Right there. Some neighbor stuff. I take random pictures of stuff too, so it's
I
like
had to send that to a friend. Powerpuff
they're
Girls.
like the Powerpuff
I
Girls.
saw it and I was like, oh.
I like all the graffiti and stuff they have on the buildings.
hmm
It's cool. Yeah, I just like the greenery, like the tropical.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me you like don't want to go. And by the way,
don't
folks,
even know
if you're
what that is.
wondering, this is exactly how you take a baseball trip. You go on vacation. Like I want to just like live in Puerto Rico for a month, and then just go to all the winter league games.
How long
You
were you
know,
there
just-
for? Like a week, right?
no,
just-
just like really, I had 2 full days there.
Oh, shit. That was like a
Went
week.
Tuesday, left Friday,
Coffee shop.
and then I'll tease a little some
Should I go
video
back?
that no, this is just the coffee shop, but
Oh, okay.
we've got part of the video in there, and I was talking to that lady, which I think there's a couple images. Oh yeah,
This person right
yeah,
here?
her. She basically just approached me because I had the camera and everything, and
Yeah.
she's working on what she's working on, and she does like some of that kind of stuff, and so we just got to talking, but she talked to a couple different people for me. She went up to the guy who works there, and so we've got some footage of like him just like making a drink, and then her friends that were there, some little fillers of like family stuff. So really cool.
Nice.
She's a Puerto Rican native, and she's super friendly, super dope.
Man, it seems so nice. And like, I mean, for a vacation, just going down there, man, that's
Sounds like the perfect spot.
the perfect spot to hang out.
Seriously.
I like the shot of that coffee shot right there.
And then I feel like if you're really sociable, like you can really like I didn't do any of like the nightlife things or
Right.
anything like that, but even during the day, like I feel like you will make so many friends there and just have like the time of your life.
Yeah.
Especially that dude you said gave you a random ride on his
Yeah.
scooter.
And so this is the facade, the front facade of
Mhm.
Sixto Escobar Stadium.
Then you've got his little statue up there.
Nice. And he was a boxer, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Don't
And it's
go.
kind of a derelict or whatever you want to call
not,
it, but
not keeping it up.
yeah.
Danger.
But there was still like there's some people running on the track inside. I don't think I have any photos of the track itself, but or the stadium really, but
Stadium upkeep
beautiful palms everywhere.
everywhere because it's right on the coastline of San Juan.
I like the colors right there.
Yeah, I thought that was super cute. Then
That's-
you've got like those little pillars and the flags
Yeah.
as the back of the I don't know, what do you call that when it's the umpire and you're standing to bat?
I guess just the backstop there.
Yeah, so yeah. Then you see the field.
It's nice.
Pretty dope.
Practice
They're
field
keeping that
there.
up.
That looks nice.
I
A
think
lot
I
of sand
drove
log
past
games.
it later and there was maybe some person out there.
Out there playing.
Yeah.
That's nice. You can tell they're playing on it.
Mhm.
There's no mound though; it's been flattened out, so they're just playing sandlot ball. Look at all this stuff.
We'll have to take like a whole crew and go
Yeah.
there.
I realize this is. I'm glad we're not doing audition because this is the one episode where it's so visual. It would not make any sense to somebody listening on Spotify. So
Use
you're
your
just gonna have to. You're
imagination.
gonna have to check out the YouTube.
Use your imagination.
And
Hey,
see
all
how
the players.
awesome Puerto Rico is.
That's what that meant, right? All the players.
Look at that.
No, beach for all. Playa is beach, and then
I thought they said. I literally thought they said players. I misread it. I literally thought it said PLAYERS. I thought it said the English word players.
No,
That's why I said all the
That
players.
was close.
Some
Yeah,
Baywatch.
I didn't see that it said
Baywatch
beach.
there.
Seriously, Puerto Rican Baywatch.
Right there.
Oh, and I went. I don't know if this was not the same day, but I went the day that I went
Oh
swimming.
yeah, there's an
and
A in there. I thought they said ER.
Yeah, there's
I was
some
like, why is there
people
all the
like
players?
doing yoga on the beach.
Look
That
at
was
that.
super cute.
My goodness, that's
Just chill
gorgeous.
vibes.
Just retired of Puerto Rico. I bet cost of
Yeah.
living is cheaper, right? Just go down there, just
Yeah.
lay on the beach and
Someone
watch
was
baseball.
telling me there. Well, like definitely cheaper than here, but like one of my Uber drivers was saying like, oh, the rent's like $800 or something, and I was like, okay, not bad. Like
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
rent is like a couple hundred more than that here.
Yeah.
That guy just
I don't
chilling.
know what he was doing, but I thought it was fun.
I'm like, hey, what are you doing down there?
Yeah, the beaches, these beach shots are
Super
amazing.
beautiful. We got it's like so many different activities going on. People just
The
hanging out.
San
living
Juan,
life.
look at that.
Super clear waters, like
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't want to take a boat out there.
What's
like-
that
now
building
we're in
there?
Old San Juan, but I don't know what this building
It's like an
is.
old Parliament building
Yeah,
or the
they've got a
governor's
lot
mansion
of
or something.
government type buildings.
And then this is the old fort, right? Some
yeah,
kind of. Look at that.
this is at the San Juan National Historic Site, just like right off of, pretty much on the coast, but Old San Juan is adjacent to it.
Yeah.
So with all those buildings,
Honestly,
historic
the
buildings.
walk up to it looks like it's about 4 miles.
it's
from this
not that
perspective.
long.
It's like,
4
maybe
miles.
400 meters.
this is where if you're like with a heavy set person and you're like, hey, we're going up there. He's like, I'm good,
Hell
right?
no,
I'm good right
yeah.
here.
You'd lose like
Nah, but it's
He's
not
like,
even
I'm just
like
gonna
20
sit on this.
miles.
I'm not going up there. You guys tell me what it looks like.
you're
when
gonna lose
you
like
get up
20 pounds walking there.
there. That just looks far off in the distance. But anyway, no, that's sweet right there. It almost, if you've ever seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, it reminds me of that. But
Yeah, I had to watch that for a film class last
it's a
semester.
good one. Look at
There's
that.
like people like hill bombing or whatever you want to call it, like rolling down the hill, and that reminded me of my like childhood.
Oh, kids are just like steamrolling down this thing.
We've got some videos of that too. And then
That's
I'm
so
like,
funny.
there's another clip that I really like where I'm jogging with this man's jogging. I'm just chasing him. I'm like, hey, what are you listening to? You like baseball? Stuff like just random stuff. I
He's
love
all,
that.
Hell
clip.
no, I don't like baseball.
Oh man, so that's the tease. Because once we get the edit on the Puerto Rico trip, that video is going to go up on 3BGB.
It'd be cool to have a monologue over it, like that you're talking.
Yeah, I really like. I have a whole direction like of what
While
I
you're
want
talking?
to put it together, and
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of, like it's all kind of random, but it's cohesive in a way
Makes
that like
sense, yeah. Look
The-
at
the
That's a wild
gratuitous
cat right
cat
there.
photos.
One of my somebody who told me to go check this out said that there was like lots of cats over here, I guess, but this is the only cat I saw. But of course,
Gotta take
you
cat
see a
pictures.
cat, you gotta take a
take the
picture.
pictures. It's a nice cat.
He
He's
had a
living
whole
the
photo
dream. I
shoot.
bet he looks like he's just getting taken care of
gets
there.
lots of visitors.
Cat's living the dream. Yeah, that looks so cool. I wish maybe, I don't know if I could have been a baseball playing Caribbean pirate, but maybe that's something in a past life I could
you
do.
can still try. Go try out.
Can we be pirates now? Because there's Somali pirates, and I was like, maybe I could be a Caribbean pirate.
the captain
and
now.
just,
You can do whatever you want, honestly.
I mean,
It's basically the whole philosophy of pirating. Isn't
We'll
it?
fly. We'll fly.
I'm just gonna go down an opinion on that. Just like looking at these pictures, let's say I'm a Somali pirate right now. I'd be like, you know what, dudes? Let's just sail this ship over to the Caribbean. You know, like we're
Why
already
not?
pirates. Let's just relocate away from Somalia.
That
which,
sounds like a fun life. Not being a pirate, but just like
We
living
got
on the
Pirates
boat.
of the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
you know,
Oh shit!
if I'm a Somali pirate, I'm moving to Puerto Rico. But
Can we dress like your stereotypical pirate too?
oh yeah, I would go old school. Eye patch,
Swashbuckling.
Yeah,
the,
dude.
the tri-tip cap or whatever. This is a cool shot. What is that? What is that
Beautiful
like
blouse.
little gap there? Is that like just stairs up or something?
I
Or
don't think there was anything there.
there's
Actually,
just like a drop
That's where the
off?
pirates bury their enemies.
yeah,
it's a
that's the
pit.
port.
Nice.
You die, you go in the pit. Oh man.
You get thrown off the plank.
Trying to take little artsy photos.
Oh, that's cool. The little buoy. Is that what it's called, right? The little buoy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, this is good. What's that thing?
Whatever that is, honestly, I have
It was
no
just
idea.
like a kind of a monument there.
Yeah.
It's the thing.
I was like, oh, a totem pole. I didn't. There's got to be some kind of description.
There's
there,
one of
but I
those things.
didn't
What are those
look at
things
it.
called slingshots or something?
Super cute.
He's rocking some Jordans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got the pink slingshot in San Juan with the Jordans, and this person's gonna get hella road rash when he dumps it. But all right, this is good. What's that there? Is that like a?
That was like one of the
market.
little. There's just like 2 vendors, maybe 3,
Okay.
coming into like this restaurant, and my first like step into Old San Juan. More cats.
Have the cats.
Obviously, gotta stop. He had his whole moment too.
And they're probably still using humans coming around.
Yeah, definitely. He was just chilling.
It's a good cat. That's a good. If you like, for people that, because like Hemingway was a cat man, but you know who else was a cat man? Dutch.
Who's that?
Bubbles from Trailer Park
Oh,
Boys. He loved cats,
Kitty.
and I love
yeah.
cats.
I'm not a cat man myself personally, but
Bubbles was, and that's all.
Yeah.
If you ever have a cat, you will be changed. And
Yeah.
you will become a cat man.
I've lived with cats and
Not the same.
Nah.
And
I
this
mean,
is-
I don't like if they're around. I'm not gonna hate them. I'll pet them and stuff, but I
Yeah.
won't buy one for myself.
Well, they always say cats are like a good judge of character, so it might be you.
Oh, bam!
Maybe I do want a dog. I want a small dog. I'm gonna name it Dutch. Come here,
Man,
Dutch.
Just keep the dog. I love dogs, but I don't want to shovel that dew. You need a yard like Bonnie and Mo. You know. So this is Old San Juan here.
Old San Juan.
This just looks cool. Was it very hilly, or is it just like kind of like up
Honestly,
on
I think
one
it was
hill?
pretty
Just
much
like one hill.
that point was
So,
pretty hilly, but the other parts.
Romel from
not so
State of the
much.
Gaming franchise says that he liked that cat. He said it was cute.
Aw.
That's what he said. Yeah.
It was a super cute cat. That's why I took a picture.
And then here's some friends having a good time, and so you got to talk to these people. You're just chatting everybody
yeah,
up.
so she like the first interaction, I was just filming while I was walking in San Juan, like you see those pictures I was taking, and then she's like, "Oh my God, I'm in your shot, whatever." And I was like, "Well, do you want to be in the video?" And that's basically how that started. Just talked to them for a little bit. So I was telling Ernie and Earl that the lady on the right is a San Juan or a Puerto Rico native, and then her friend is visiting her, and we got to chatting a little bit. Just a
They've
cute
been
thing.
friends for like 50 years or something.
Yo, yeah, for a
Yeah.
long time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Laughing.
definitely about that long, since
The
like
joys of life.
middle school or elementary, I think. they
I've
said.
never known someone that long.
I know. I think it's really dope. Like
that picture
I don't
just
have
make-
any
brings a
friends
smile to
from
my
then.
face. Just old friends getting
Yeah,
together. Isn't that
super
nice?
beautiful.
This is just cool streets, man. That's like for a brick cobblestone
Mhm.
streets. They're keeping that pretty nice. I
Yeah.
don't know what the hurricane did all that trash all that, but that's nice.
Oh, and Matt was telling me there was some part of San Juan that had like these umbrellas up that was supposed to be really cool, like on those what do they call them? The lines for the telephones or whatever.
Oh, telephone pole lines.
Yeah.
Oh, the power lines?
Yeah, the power
Yeah.
lines that there used to be like hanging upside down umbrellas. I'll have to try to find a photo of that, but that like whoever's in charge now had them taken off, which kind of sucks.
They
but-
gotta fuck with art pieces.
right.
Here's the San Diego Padre made an appearance down in San Juan. This is
He's
cool.
like, go Padres, World Series.
This is basically the French Quarter without like that notorious smell.
Yeah. How do you get a parking spot? Look at these guys. They're tight.
That's a nice looking spot.
That's a whole
And the
row
street
of-
itself is like super tight anyway, so these like barely get
Yeah,
through.
like if you're this guy and you had to cut in on a
Mhm.
parallel, that's a pretty high grade parallel parking view right there, folks. Is what I'd say.
It's like in Boston, the roads
That's
are shit.
tight. It's tight in there. I'd be like, just give me a bicycle, man. That's how
I'm sure
that's how I'm getting around.
I'm sure so many people like park blocks and blocks away and obviously walk. 'cause
yeah,
There's no need to park that close because trying to get out would be a pain.
seriously.
I'm just gonna walk a mile.
Was
I
the
have the
weather
right
nice?
idea.
Now this dude has a podcast. This guy.
Yeah,
He's from Philly,
we'll
right?
plug him. Yeah, he's from Philly. We'll plug his podcast.
I
And
can't believe he's rocking a Yankees hat being from Philly. You know what I mean? Especially since they went to the World Series last year and.
Looks like a nice
Super
dude
friendly
helping you
dude,
out,
yeah.
getting around town.
yeah,
That dude's name is Matt.
yeah, that's Matt.
And his podcast. What's his podcast about? Just travel or something?
Well, no, actually, he's like kind kind of self-help, I would say, or like encouragement, that type of thing.
Oh, okay.
He was talking to me about how like he's basically, I don't know if you guys have heard the term straight edge, but that's kind of like
Yeah.
I used to be straight edge. I was like a
for
hardcore
real?
kid back in the day.
yeah.
No, it's like no drugs,
Mm-hmm.
no sex,
Well,
with multiple partners.
Okay. I only know about it from the drug perspective.
Yeah,
like,
no drugs, no
and
alcohol. And I know some people like hardcore extreme, and they won't even do caffeine or anything because
Yeah.
that's enhancing their
Mhm.
natural state.
And yeah, just altering. But I don't know. Like
I used to be a
that's
straight
what-
edge kid back in the day.
I don't think he would. This is basically me speaking for him. But
Yeah.
basically, he's like sober. He's on his like health shit. You know,
Yeah.
trying to eat well, and so just that like positive thinking and positive mindset and what you like, how you treat your body, basically type things. So that's.
I fill mine with soda pop and energy drinks. I don't take care of my
I don't
body.
even think
Drink water, guys.
caffeine is allowed straight edge.
Some of them
honestly.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like because it's like that Minor Threat song, you know. There's the ride right there where they're just like, dude, you
Yo, that's
just
a G right there.
don't mess with your head. C.J. Wilson, pitcher, straight edge.
Oh yeah, he had remember the CJ Racers,
yeah.
Racers, right? The CJ
Yeah,
Racers.
he was rocked out hard too.
Yeah, I remember him because I was living in Dallas when he was with the Rangers. He was pretty good. He was a good pitcher. Then he went to LA and they went to the Angels. They tried to build that super team.
Yeah, they did.
Kinda
That
fucked it
that
up, man.
That didn't work out for him, that's for sure.
I mean, it was a stud of a team, but yeah, they didn't.
because they got Hamilton and C.J. Wilson.
Yeah.
But
And Hamilton was balling at that point still too.
the only thing the Angels did at that point was dismantle the Rangers in free agency, like get those two
Oh
guys.
shit, Barney said the ATG boys are straight edge.
Oh, nice.
I-
Well, then they know more about the rules than we do. But
Yeah,
I think that's a good thing.
I was straight edge when I was a hardcore kid back when I was like 19 and 20, but then I discovered alcohol and yeah, that kind of went down the hill.
Yeah.
I almost got a straight edge tattoo,
yeah.
but I'm glad I didn't because
Yeah.
I mean I still listen to hardcore, but I'm not straight edge
I
anymore.
went the other way. I've always been drinking, and just recently, like last few years, I was like, I can't do it, dude.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go off the deep end. So now
Yeah,
I'm just
CM
like,
Punk's badass. He just has a mouth.
let me just have some RC
Reel
Cola
it in.
these days. This is a great shot. Look at that. Look at the warm light.
That's what I'm
Because you haven't done
saying.
any color grading on some of this stuff.
Not at
That's
all.
a cool shot.
But I'm like I really love that and like the timing of it because I was talking with Matt and he had said something about like juxtaposition
yeah.
and how he's into that, and I'm also like I love to see that kind of like juxtaposition in any like aspect of life, and I thought that was really cool. You have your warms and your cools in that shot, so that's like
This dude's famous. He's
super
just
cool.
like coming off the street or coming off the beach, and you got this like nice orange light.
He's like a YouTuber that has 100,000 subscribers.
Look
Probably.
at
who would
that.
have thought.
He's probably a crypto
Oh,
millionaire.
that was kind of
He's
cool because
I'm
like there's a
not-
guy and then he's gone.
It's like I'm not gonna live in the States anymore.
Dude, it's fucking magic. He disappeared.
Yeah, condos down there look pretty pimp. Like a lot of that stuff's pretty
Mhm.
modern looking.
Yeah,
a little boxy,
there's,
but
like,
definitely
pretty
modern.
pretty good neighborhoods down there. Then there's like some gated communities towards that area. And another thing on those shops that I was like on Calle Luisa, a lot of them you have to like ring the doorbell to get in. I don't know what that's
Oh.
about. I wanted to like Google it or if anybody knows, but I thought that was interesting. You can't just walk in.
Yeah, there's some more cats right there. Look at the house cats. They're like, "Yep, we live in Puerto Rico. We're loving it." It says kitty cats. Gotta have the cat shots. Scroll through.
Mysterious,
It's like what
beautiful
looks nice. We'll get up to the batting cage. Get some sunsets in Puerto Rico.
It's a cool
So I
picture.
don't think like anybody's like thinking
I like that
about
statue right there.
Yeah.
that statue
Barbosa.
right there. I'm pretty
I
sure.
didn't even notice. I think that's like the statue over there too. In this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
from the distance, that's badass. Yeah.
I did not notice that till
Look at
right
that.
now. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty.
What was that baseball player a while back with the last name Barbosa?
There it is.
What's his first name?
Oh.
I can't remember.
Yeah, okay.
The guy's a
So
pimp.
that was Barbosa right there.
Yep.
The guy's a pimp right there with his suit.
They
He's a-
gave him a little lectern there. He's
Mhm.
going to give you a lecture on why the universal DH is trash, and they should let Major League
See,
Baseball players shift.
I've gotten over that, but this pitch clock thing, I am not a fan of. I'm not.
They've lost their minds
'Cause
years ago.
People who are talking about changing the pace of play, making it faster, aren't baseball fans. And I understand in the 80s baseball was faster, but like we've morphed into a slower game, which was awesome. And now it's like, all right, let's get this done in and out. Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh, can I go on a rant?
You can,
We'll
sure.
we'll go scroll through these, and then we're gonna just go back to the cameras.
You can say whatever you want.
This has nothing to do with Puerto Rico. I'm gonna leave it on that plane, and then I'm just gonna go back to our shot.
It's airplane.
Here's the baseball related. People was like, actually, I like this guy. I think he's a younger man because there's the generational gap between the old ass dudes like me, and he had some admittedly like filthy pitcher, and he's like, this is why old timers could never play in today's game.
I hate that argument.
And I'm like, okay, my problem, which you see a lot, because the velos and all these like measurables, everybody gets such a hard on. They're like, oh yeah, this is why it's such a great like different game now. Nobody could hack it. And I go, no, dude, you're thinking about that wrong. I replied, I was like, that's like saying Einstein would be like a C student if he were alive today. Because the scientists now are like way past Einstein. They're like on to like Planck physics and the Higgs boson and super collider, and they're understanding all this stuff that he was only scratching the surface of. So therefore, now that we're here, this old guy is a dumbass. To me, it's like the same argument. I was like, no, dude, that guy had like a 1 in a bazillion mind. He was elite. No matter when he would have been born in life, he would have used his brain power and abilities to discover things in the exact same way that like some dude like Ted Williams was awesome, like in the 40s and 50s. Like this is like, oh well, they wouldn't be able to catch up to like 98 now. Like Wilson would only be like like Ted Williams would be like a 230 hitter with like 60 RBIs. It's like, no, dude, that's literally the dumbest shit you could ever say.
We've had this discussion like a long time ago when we first started this whole thing. Great players adjust. They would adjust to get to today's game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're great at something, you adjust. It's not like you're great at one thing and it's like, oh, I'm good at this sport, but I can't adjust to other play styles.
Yeah, like
it's like in football. If you're a great athlete, you can adjust to any playbook that's given to you. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you had a time machine and you're like, okay, well, let me get DiMaggio and Ted Williams, okay, and Roy Campanella, and Josh Gibson, and I'm going to teleport them from their eras to like right now and put them in spring training and see if they can hit 98. I was like, yeah, about 3 games before they adjust and start raking because they're elite. It doesn't matter like what these velo numbers are and the eras are. Those people at that time were better than all their peers, not by some accident. It's not like, and the idea that dudes are like bigger, stronger, faster, I was like, you might want to look at like, yeah, they had big baggy uniforms on, but a lot of those dudes like would play baseball and then go like work on the farm in the off season. And they didn't have a lot of machinery then, so that was all like hand labor. So these dudes had like hands that could like crush a granite rock. Like they were strong ass dudes with meat hooks for hands, and their ability to like just like hand-eye coordination time, a 98-mile-an-hour fastball is going to be just as good as then as it was now. So it's like the mental.
I guarantee if you pull Doug Jones out
in
from
his
the 80s
mustache
and put that guy in today's game, he's striking out some dudes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't really see that strong of a mustache game going on right now in Major League Baseball, and that's like a weakening. That just shows how soft and weak the game is if you can't grow mustaches.
If you have a mustache, you're meant to be great.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You just know without thinking about it, I'm going to be great because I have a 6 stash.
You're looking at the wrong metric. You're looking at a guy who's throwing 98, and you don't even look at his facial hair. Like, how good of a baseball scout or, like, estimate of abilities are you if you're like, wow, that's really hard fastball. Guy's upper lip has nothing on it. It's ridiculous. Look at Goose Gossage.
Like, put Diggy Thumb before he got the injury in today's game. Yeah. Oh, he's definitely gonna shine.
So anybody who thinks, like, old-timers – like, you take anybody. My thing was, like, Heavy Johnson because I was, like, kind of going down a rabbit trail on Heavy Johnson and the Wreckers because he played in the Army for, like a long time. Like, 8-10 years of his career was playing Army for these Wreckers team in Hawaii, and then he was, like, all around the Negro Leagues, and he was, like, a Triple Crown winner one year. But I was like, dude, you're telling me this guy is going to be the best of the best of all his peers at that time, and that's that mindset. Like, I'm going to be better. I'm going to hit hard. Like, just having it, and you're going to put him down. I was like, oh no, dude, you wouldn't be able to hit this. This is just ignorant. total ignorance on it. Almost like I don't even think you played the game if you don't understand like the guys you were playing with. I was on a team, and there's a guy on the team who's our best hitter. He was fucking awesome. Like Hart hit 500. He hit over 500 in small college baseball. Small college baseball player of the year. I was like, the dude can hit. If you can hit, you can hit. You can stop telling me about velos and all this other stuff. Okay, back to Puerto Rico. Sorry, I just want to just shit on people that say that. That's how I want to take time. I think it's important to take time
Definitely.
to take down your trousers and dump onto the heads of people. You know what I'm saying? Who say things like that. It's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But if you want to make the argument like, oh yeah, people probably on average throw harder now. Oh, I'm not arguing. They probably do. But
Yeah,
like to
of
say
course.
like a dude from like 100 years ago or whatever, and I mean like 100 years ago. This is like, I literally mean that. This is like 2023, 1923. This is like some dude who raked the league, like Hannes Wagner. Somebody's like just like hitting 400. So like, I wouldn't be able to hit this. Is like, yeah, you're a dumbass. Go and there's video of Hannes Wagner too. You can see how strong that guy's wrists were. Dude could rip. Guys were gonna rip. But anyway,
I'd love to see what's his face from the Pirates. I can't think of his name right now. He was Pops.
Willie Stargell.
Really, Stargell, dude, had the sweetest thing ever. He would totally get some hits in today's game. He would be just fine. He'd get on base, hit some dingers. That aeroplane. I said aeroplane. That goddamn aeroplane.
No
airplane.
way, man. Stargell wouldn't be able to hit today. He'd be a 190 hitter. He probably wouldn't even make it out double A. That's what dudes would be saying right now.
Roberto Clemente,
insane.
Jackie Robinson, some of the best players of all time. They would be studs in today's game.
Look at these houses. They'd still be studs. They were studs then because they got the mental. That's not going to go away. The fact that they want to be better and are going to work harder to be better.
You could fucking
be better.
You could fucking put Cecil Page in there. He'd pitch a complete game, no problem.
Yeah.
There's no argument to be had. You know what I mean?
What are people looking for here, Kosh? Are people looking for crabs? These little like
I don't know
like
what she's. I think she just wanted to take pictures, maybe look at some shells. I thought it was funny that she had her Louis purse so close. Like
she's gonna dump all of her belongings in there. Get some thunderclouds showing up in San Juan.
it
Did
did
rain?
actually rain
It
a
did?
little bit.
So
tiny
Ramel
bit.
was saying they swung 50-ounce bats. Of course, they had wrists like trucks because
Yeah.
they was using those big ass bats.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Because, like, what if you take Heavy Johnson, use like a 50-ounce bat, and then give him like a 34-ounce bat? It's like, yeah, dude, you guys are going to hit 40 homers.
I think he's going to break the bat because he's so used to swinging something heavy, something that light. He would just, he'd fucking break the ball.
Tell us about this. Was an author that you met down there?
Yeah, so she's written a couple of children's books. I would akin them to like fables. She's kind of in the godly sector of that type of thinking, which is not necessarily like I love talking to people about whatever. I'm not so religious myself, but so like her books are basically like adults children's books, but they've got like kind of like spiritual messages. I think they're pretty good just like on their own. You don't have to like whatever you take away from it, but they've got like good like lessons, that type of thing.
Nice. This is a good portrait with this aqua background. There's some like we'll
We
run
can go through those pretty quick.
We'll go through the selfies because everybody takes a selfie every now and again.
Yeah, I last day and I was like, I did not take a single photo of myself.
The shades match the hair.
Well,
too,
see, this
so.
is like the shades are cool. It'd be like this is a correspondent
that could
on
be
duty.
An album cover or something.
So true.
Correspondent on duty.
A new album coming spring.
This looks like a gorgeous day.
So many gorgeous days.
Got this is like a photo shoot
Yes.
right there is what that is. Okay, we're gonna get to the batting cage though. Look at the cool murals. There's some pretty decent. Okay, here we go. This is like a hoops court.
Yeah, that's over by
Ramel said
Is this
that's Barbosa.
That's Barbosa Park.
They've just got a bunch
So
of
Ramel
stuff
from
going
State of
on.
the Franchise Gaming said he likes your hair.
So
thank you, Ramel.
He's like dope locks.
I appreciate it.
Jesus
Got some dope hair.
Shuttlesworth is gonna dunk on that hoop right there. This is the rest. Nice track though.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people on that track, especially I went back another night and there was a soccer game going on, which I've got some video of.
Nice.
Yeah, just like neighborhood stuff.
That's a nice.
So in the chat, we were talking about baseball. They should. I was like, we should have. They should allow them like NHL players. They should be allowed to fight. So then Bonnie was like, the baseball penalty box.
Yeah, baseball.
That
I was
would be
watching
fucking
a
so cool.
documentary on hockey fighting and like the enforcers.
Baseball player needs a goon. They need some goons.
They do need some goons. And here's one thing.
I like that
I'm just going to let this play and talk about that.
The water's so blue. It's so crisp.
I think it was called ice protectors.
Like, what's up, Puerto Rico?
I think it was called like protectors of the ice or something. But they talked about like the need for goons in sports because like in Sweden or some other countries, they don't allow fighting in hockey. And what they found is it actually leads to more cheap shots because you can get away with it. Nobody's going to come pound your face in when you clip a guy or spear a guy. So, but in NHL, like you don't get as much dirty stuff if there's like a guy on the ice whose sole purpose is to smash your face. And then they talked a little bit about Sidney Crosby, and they're like they don't really have an enforcer on that team. And he was like a superstar goal scorer like Gretzky, but nobody's got his back. So people just relentlessly messing with him. He had a ton of injuries. So
Sid the Kid.
So maybe baseball should have one goon.
At what point do you stop calling him Sid the Kid?
Look at that.
I don't really pay attention to hockey. I don't know if they still call him that, but
that looks golden. Is that just avocado and fries?
Oh, that's a Goya. That's a Goya drink. Oh, those things are delicious.
They're so good. I hadn't seen that flavor before, I don't think. So I was like, I got to get some of that.
I was like those random, like, accidental, like, live videos when you're trying to do a picture. And it's like a quick, like.
Oh, is this the pad right here?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Pretty nice.
Go stay down there.
Very nice.
All right. That's what we wanted. We just want some place. Look at that. Did you get in that pool? Because that pool looks nice.
I did put my feet in, and then Matt was right out the door.
We got, let's see here.
Bonnie said there's a documentary called Ice Guardians. That we should check
Ice
out.
Guardians. That's what it's called. Me and Bonnie are talking about the same one. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know shit about hockey.
There's everybody at the
all I know is
shop.
Phil Kessel and John Tavares. That's all I really know.
Is that table tall or is that person short? Look at these. Everybody's just living the dream in Puerto Rico, drinking coffee.
Yeah.
This is what a coffee shop looks like in Puerto Rico.
That's a shot where
she's like yelling, "Hey, where the fuck is my order?"
No.
There's Sixto Escobar right there.
I love that name, Sixto. It's just a great name.
Pretty badass.
Nice.
It's like you're vlogging, yo, what up, Puerto Rico? I'm here at the stadium.
Exactly.
Don't forget to leave a comment.
Okay, here, can you sneak in there?
See some of that. Yeah, it's like free access.
Is this
no sneaking necessary?
Do people still use it?
Yeah, there's a couple people on the track. I don't know if you'll see them.
I would have made some bullshit story. Oh, I snuck in here, man.
I can't prove this, but I bet I can go back and find it. I guarantee Pele has been on that field.
Dude, Pele, the best soccer player ever.
There's probably some tournament in the 60s, and he was played on that field.
That was soccer, right?
Yeah, soccer.
What was that one dude when he was a kid who was supposed to be badass, but he never turned out? Freddie Adu or something?
Yeah, he's supposed to be the Jordan.
Soccer, but
it's tough to live up to that expectation.
Can you imagine going home to his mama and papa? Hey, what happened, Freddie? I don't know.
Here we go. There's
those guys.
Insane little walk. Okay.
San Juan, his national.
Tons of tourists.
I know. That place kind of looks like Ireland or something, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all the fields.
Yeah, there we go.
All the khaki shorts. I was wearing khakis.
Dude bros.
Steamroller.
You said dude bros?
Dude bros.
They were dude bros?
Like the beginning stages, maybe.
Oh, they're slowly morphing into a dude bro.
I like the steamroller footage. Let's go back on the.
What are you here for, man? Let's go down.
No, they were cool though.
Yeah, I've known some dude bros.
There's that cat.
Oh yeah.
This is the guy.
That's the guy. Well, then he had a friend. I think that guy who's just passing him. Then I left that dude alone. I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk to this other guy.
Yeah, all right, that's nice. That's peaceful. Oh, I don't know if it's still going. It is still going. In the corner of the room that people can't see, sometimes we'll put on like Japanese baseball games on this TV while we're podcasting, or like WBC, and we're watching the Series del Caribe on it one show. But today, for people who, and you can't see this, you're going to have to take our word for it. That's why I like this bird shot, because it's random. Somebody in Japan just goes to train stations, I guess, and takes footage of trains coming and leaving, and I find it insanely peaceful.
This video...
So there's a TV in the corner what just has Japanese trains coming and going.
Like this video, this guy...
Oh, that's a kite. That's not a bird.
It's like 6 hours long, and this guy's just walking around Japan. It's like a 6 hour long video.
Cats.
This guy's dedicated.
Honestly, just like
Come
Remember-
see my city.
Kashian, you don't know this, but our one of our competitors in the 3BGB genre is this guy called Ginge the Baptist, who we believe lives in Canada, and he just films himself feeding his cats. And
that
he
guy.
screams.
Slay.
He screams 3BGB breakfast
But
when he feeds them.
3BGB breakfast. He like says it really fast.
And what we encourage people to do is check out that guy's channels
Dude,
because it's better than our content.
He's funny. He's like,
Wait, when he says 3BGB,
You gotta-
is he
Breakfast.
shouting y'all out or he's
no,
like,
he's a guy who loves his cats.
so I'm thinking like when he has like the cat food, he goes, "Come get some of this cat food. It's stanky. It stinks." That's like one of his quotes.
He's a crazy guy, but I'm
His
like,
channel disappeared, man. I think something happened to him, dude. The FBI caught up to him.
I don't know.
The
NSA
Canadian Mounties.
might have disappeared that guy based
They're
on
like-
his videos, but check him out. He's feeding cats in them. So I'm just saying cat content's probably better than what I'm talking about. That's all,
Probably.
that's
Everybody
all I
loves
know.
cats except for maybe
Look at these
girl.
streets. This is gorgeous. The videos,
Yeah,
video's
don't like
great,
cats,
Kashiana.
man.
That's really good stuff.
My wife wants to get a Maine Coon cat. You know those?
Oh yeah, huge.
Those things
voice.
are
That's
scary.
basically a dog.
Yeah, it's massive.
Ooh, look at
That
that.
looks good.
stuff.
That's a big ass cookie.
What day is this? Is this day
This
2 or
is
day
like-
1?
I want to say this is day 2.
They
Yeah,
weren't
this is
shy
day
on the
2.
bacon bits.
What
This
is
is
it? It's like
that is,
onion?
onion.
Onion.
Oh,
yeah.
onion. I thought it was bacon bits.
Imagine.
Oh, look at this fancy coffee.
Oh yeah, me
pour.
and Matt.
That's a little heart.
I don't know how you do that with foam, but
It's just
It's
an
not
art.
easy.
there's Matt.
That's
Just
Matt.
telling you to live a clean
buddy.
lifestyle. I can definitely respect that. He's in Puerto Rico. He's doing it right. Matt, we'll talk about your motivational speaking. I don't know if anybody can help me. There's no motivational speaker that could pull me out, but maybe Matt can. That's all good. I like the moped. Oh, here we go. This is Puerto Rico batting cages. Let's talk about the batting cages in Puerto Rico. How many kids did you see there?
There's like 8 stalls or so, and it starts at like 55, maybe 50 mph. But there's like, I don't think it was too busy of a night. There's a couple kids, definitely a couple of adults. Like there's some tiny children, maybe like 3 years old,
And this is in San Juan.
in San Juan.
Did you see other facilities around, or was this the only one?
Yeah, so
How'd you
this is-
find it?
I just looked it up. I just looked up Puerto Rico batting cages, and this is one that I found, and I had given them a call a bit earlier just to make sure, like, you know, what the vibes were. But
That's a
there's
single up the
there's
middle.
A
You
few.
just
Look at
said,
this
by the
swing
way.
right here. Look at this
Bounce
swing.
right- Plus,
That's
they
a-
can't shift you.
That's a pure.
That's another
that's-
single right
it's a
up the
pure
middle.
swing.
2 for 2.
No batting gloves either, so that's hardcore.
This is my first,
Oh, that's probably a double down the line, honestly.
but yeah, super chill, good vibes.
You got a fast swing, like
Pretty good bat
You
speed,
guys-
honestly.
yeah. Look at
I don't know if like perfect game puts like rankings on youth players,
Don't
and then
hype
just
me
be
up.
like
that. Like I
maybe
my,
number 50
my bat
prospect
speed is trash,
in
and
the
like
Texas region.
No, I was feeling very powerful. I'm like, I might need to go join some kind of a league.
that one dude was like watching you. He's like, damn, look at that bat speed is
Sweet.
fast.
Nice, you got the Rangers jersey. Just represent. This guy's like a dad and son over here. He's like
Yep.
yelling at him. He's like, "You gonna go to the show?" Like years later, we're gonna see this kid, right there is like in the show, and we're like, "We got footage of you." Your dad,
Romel likes your
dad yelling
stance,
at
by
you.
the way. And no
Romel.
gloves.
So-
Like, yeah, gloves. You need gloves, man. I don't. I've tried batting before with no gloves, and like I can't handle it. The vibration and like
Really?
I slip. Yeah, I
That's
can't.
interesting.
I might need
I
gloves.
saw some of these kids with their gloves on, and I was just like,
Vladdy Senior never wore gloves. He was straight raw.
Yeah,
He
that dude's
was-
hands. I'd like to shake his hand someday.
I got some calluses already, so I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
my hands can take it.
I could rope that. That's just
I
Off
just
the
had
cut
to
grill.
keep going back for more. I went back to the counter a couple times because I wasn't sure
yeah.
what it was like. So the ticket was 50 cents.
Yep.
And that's for 8, whatever you want to call it,
Eight
throws,
pitches. Okay.
And then after I got 2 the first time, and after those, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna need some more.
What's this guy like rattling the machine or showing you?
Yeah,
gotta,
I
like,
think I had put it in. I didn't really know how to start it, so he
Yeah,
helped me. And he's got like his USPS uniform on.
Oh, he is. He's
He's
a
just coming
postman.
home
He
from-
just got from
That's
back
so
from
Yeah.
badass.
his shift.
You were showing him what to do. Like, hey, when you go
He's
there,
like, I'm delivering mail, but I'm going to the show. Let's back up to the
He's
postman.
delivering home runs.
oh god, it glitched. We're in the
Look at this.
Matrix.
You're getting your
Dude,
mail in Puerto Rico,
honestly-
and you're getting doubles in the gap.
So you know how like in Japan and stuff they have the teams of the companies.
Yeah.
Well, here in America we should do that, but you wear your work uniform to play in the game. So if you're a postman, you wear your mail outfit or whatever you are.
Yeah.
So like, say you just got off Walmart, you're wearing your Walmart uniform to
Yeah.
play against UPS.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fucking sick, right? Like, or was it UPS is the brown one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like UPS.
Yeah.
So it'd be like brown. Some people out there in their brown uniforms, like with the high
Browns
shorts
versus blues.
Yeah.
Look at that. This one looks like this one was the one we watched earlier, where it's just throwing
Yeah.
heat, but you start like
UPS like, yo, fuck
start
you,
slapping
USPS.
singles the other way
Oh,
here.
yeah.
But then you had the GoPro on the noggin, so we're gonna
Yeah, I
get
can't
that
wait
in
to
the
see
edit. I want to
those.
see what that's gonna look like.
And then we don't. I don't know if there's no sound on, but that noise that when it connects is just like music to my ears.
Let's see if we can. I don't know if I can.
No, we'll save it.
If I can get it. I gotta turn it up here. So
Oh, there was one. Low ball. I don't know any baseball terms, but
There we go.
Put that shit on the YouTube. All kinds of people would watch it. No, I love watching like batting cage
There's one.
videos
I don't know
Yeah.
if we're getting the sound.
because
right
I like
now.
learning how to improve my stuff. Like I'm not the greatest hitter. Like I hit and stuff, but like
Oh, you smoked that one.
yeah, that was a home
That
run.
I
was
had
a-
a couple good swings, you guys. I'm
Let's
not
watch
gonna lie.
that. Let's like see. I think this is like a bomb. This is a
Were,
homer.
were you hitting? Those were baseballs you're hitting, right?
Oh, they're like I don't know if they're like
Are they like softball or something?
they're definitely baseball size. But I don't know. They're not like. I don't know if there's some kind of difference because they're yellow for one.
Close up angle.
Oh, okay.
Crush it. Crushing Kashiana. And you notice the space between the hands, a little bit of Ty Cobb back control
Guess what? That's
right there. That was Ty
that's
Cobb's
exactly what
signature.
that's exactly what Bonnie said.
He probably
Bonnie was
had
like
more
Ty Cobb.
spread. That's what Bonnie said.
Yeah, Bonnie said that like earlier too. Like right away, he was like Ty Cobb.
It's got a Ty Cobb grip. Just completely control where you're hitting it on the field. This is awesome. I want to go to Puerto Rican batting cages.
You got to. Especially you can spend like $20 and be there all day.
Where's
you want
this
to.
now?
Oh, and then this is around the whole complex that this was at. So there's like some girls playing volleyball.
Oh, this is the same batting
Yeah.
cage complex. It's just like a sportsplex.
Let me try to think of what it's called. Man, I can't remember. But there's like a museum of sports or something close by, and
Oh,
like
nice.
God, I can't remember what it was, but I'll put it in the video maybe when.
And this is where they stopped you and said, "Hey, don't film that."
This is a little bit after, so I was walking towards that area, so
Yeah.
we passed the volleyball, and then a little bit further down, there's some archery that there's a little. I don't know if it's in this same video, but
Oh, nice.
there's a lot of things going on this night, and then. If I stay still at some point, you might be able to see the stadium a little bit.
oh, off to the right here, those lights.
I think it's closer to the left. Actually, I'm not sure.
Oh,
It might be
yeah,
peeking
look
out
over
through
there.
those
You kind of
trees.
see.
Yeah,
Let's see if there's like.
but then
Oh, look.
they had some archery. I think there was some tennis at a different there was some tennis courts. People were playing tennis. They were doing every sport you can think of that night.
It's nice. It's a nice area. They got it all lit up. You can
Yeah.
go after work and go shoot some bows and arrows. Because this was a what? When it was like Tuesday to Friday,
I'm gonna
right?
say it was a
Yeah,
Wednesday.
it was like Thursday, Friday.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Wednesday.
Archers. This is cool. This is an excellent, excellent report. People were like, should I go to Puerto Rico? This is pretty much answering a strong yes.
Yep. And then this is getting into the stadium. The entrance is about to be over there, and I was just, I guess, talking about how I wanted to go into the stadium or
Nice.
something.
Dude, mad props for like doing that in public and talking to the camera because like that's something I've
Do
never
the
been able to get
vlog.
over.
Yeah.
It's
Honestly, I feel like being taken
Oh.
out of your element really helped because, like, I'm not from Puerto Rico. These people don't know me.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure like
Oh, yeah.
Plus
What was that
vlogging-
stadium there? That was the baseball?
This was after, I think this was after they told me, so we don't have any of that
Oh,
footage.
is volleyball
But you can
in
see,
there or
no, this is they're playing softball, or I don't know if you
Oh, I
want to call
see
it
what you're
baseball.
saying.
Okay.
But after they told me to delete that video, then I saw this fence, and I was like, I'll get a little shot.
you should have took
Let
off
me
running.
Look,
Yeah.
right? I should have.
Yeah.
You ain't get my footage.
You go streaking and just run.
I was hoping there was some kind of a way that, like, I could delete, quote unquote, the video.
It looks
and
like a
then
nice
Oh,
stadium.
yeah.
So what's this
Make a
stadium? What
copy
was
of
the
it.
name of this? This was just a different park.
It's right there with it. I'm gonna have to find it though because
Okay.
I can't remember right now.
That looks like a nice facility.
I would have
Pretty
just like
good.
switched out the memory cards real quick. But I guess they would have noticed. Saw you doing
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Absolute paradise. Look at that.
Those pinks in there,
Look at that.
super pretty. Back at the
Nice.
place.
It's the pad right there. This is the The lodging.
Rosalina.
Yeah. Okay. Just chilling in the chair. I'll save for whatever you want to edit in, but I just like looking at the, seeing what's going on in Puerto Rico.
A lot of it's filler
Sunsets.
clips too. So
What's
that's
gonna be
fine.
fun is piecing all this B-roll together and trying to make a story out of it. That's like the hardest fucking thing. Like, where do I start?
It's gonna be a lot of hours to put in, but I've got like.
Oh, you've edited before, right?
Oh yeah.
So you're
Nice.
you
They
I was
got
doing a little
let's not-
hopscotch.
Yeah, you gotta do
That'd
the,
be a cool intro.
A
I
little
wanna tease
filler
it.
episode.
Yeah,
A
you
little
gotta have
filler
the-
stuff. Yeah.
for like a vlog. Yeah. So you're gonna do it like that. All the bird poop everywhere. So that's the way to go. This is all good. I want to like steal the shots that are gonna be in the video. I love the aqua. The beach in aqua and white just go like you just think you're in paradise when you see those colors. There she is, talking to your mom.
Yeah.
Okay. Private messages. I don't want to get that. I got some street food though. That's American.
Yeah, that stuff was so good. I think this is a night I went and got some pernil, which is like roasted pig, which is pretty
shit.
popular.
Yeah.
Like a popular dish from Puerto Rico, and somebody told me I had to try that, so I tried it. Super good.
I bet so. Oh.
Oh, what I think that I'm not sure.
What's in there?
I think that's the cabrito I was talking about.
Sorpresa! Look what's
Yeah,
inside.
it's like I don't know if you have ever had oxtail, but I feel like it's pretty.
I knew
It
a
was
guy
kind of given that
that was like how he made tacos.
with
It looks
Like the meat of that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love goat.
I've never
some
had
good
goat.
stuff.
Pretty
right
good.
There. Look at that. Streets.
Oh
of
yeah, and there was just like roosters and chickens in random places. Like you can hear the birds chirping, you can hear roosters, whatever you call it, roosting. I don't know, but like super homey, down to earth vibes. I don't know.
You know,
pretty
because
cool.
we had lunch at Taco Palenque, and did you see the thing on the wall that Palenque was like an ancient city or something? But the
for real?
second definition is the ring where they have the cockfighting.
Dude, their red
That's
Oh.
the second definition for Taco Palenque.
their red sauce is so fucking good. There's another
Is that
cat.
the last video then, I guess? Yeah,
Oh.
I think that's it. I got on there. Let's go. Oh, I think that's on the...
Dude, you could
Yeah,
make
it
that
was
into
like
like a
the
horror
last-
thing. Add the proper music to
Yeah,
it.
I think,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, it must be.
So for that one. But that's the tease on the Puerto Rico trip.
Now I want some more street tacos from
How long
Palenque.
have we been cruising for there, Dutch, on
Uh,
this particular
According
show?
to this, an hour and 20.
An hour
or
and
so.
20? Okay. That's pretty good. What are the final thoughts on the Puerto Rican baseball and baseball scene? Should we all go back and live there?
I would not want to live in a coastal town, so I'm out.
You can go to us. You don't have to live like in.
Yeah, I'll
on
visit,
the
but I definitely won't
coast.
live there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to get a pad together?
Just move
Man,
inland.
It'll be a house
It nice.
full of
We'll do
homies.
some like little out. I like Dutch picked out some really good music, like outro on the Puerto Rican segment, which is really just a tease to the edits that are coming.
Yeah.
But that's what you do. You got to do because in the Marine Corps, what you do is you send advance party. You send out scouts. Say like, what's the ground look like for the invasion or the attack or the ambush or whatever it is, and get the lay of the land.
Yeah.
And then I can do full frontal assault, or however I'm going to do it on the Puerto Rican Winter Leagues or the Roberto Clemente
One of my favorite players.
leagues in the winter. Such good
And if
baseball.
you get a car out there, that'd be really good for you because you can go like everywhere. Because that Clemente Field, I think, is like 40 minutes out east.
Yeah, it's in the
So-
city, but it's kind of on the outskirts
Yeah.
or something.
That's not too
It's
far.
was like a big stadium.
Yeah, so I was in San Juan, and it's like all the way like in a kind of a different city, really. But I will say that you guys have definitely got to go check it out, and I feel like some of y'all baseball heads going out there will bring a little bit of a resurgence because I
Can you
was talking
imagine
to
if
some
like
people.
10 dudes just roll up?
So here's the Roberto Clemente Stadium.
If like 10 people just rolled up, we're
yeah,
here for
yeah,
baseball.
I see.
So that's like
I was
here's the
thinking
airport's
Cabo.
like somewhere over here.
Yeah, I
and
was
then you go
thinking
over
Cabo Joaquin, but that's pretty close, not as far as the.
here. And the one thing about the Roberto Clemente League too is if you look at like Wikipedia, the teams, much like kind of independent league baseball teams, some of them will like go out of business and then they won't be in that town next year, and they kind of move around a little bit.
You like the tunes, huh? Yeah.
But,
I love.
But But yeah.
Because this is
Making
more
a dance.
more
You can
reggaeton
move
sort of.
this thing.
But I love Tejano, but reggaeton's so.
I would say this is like
Yeah.
salsa,
Yeah,
bachata,
salsa, yeah. I mean,
But yeah.
there were some reggaeton songs too that was listed on the thing. But
I
for
could
me,
use some of that.
for me, like in terms of like Spanish music, Tejano, that's the best.
I like Tejano. You know what? I
love
realized
it.
there's
They do that little noise.
the
I was like,
different the different flavors within, kind of like we have like country western, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's the norteño
Yeah.
that I think I like
You
the
have,
best.
like-
Yeah.
Like you have bands that are like fast paced, but then you have bands like Bronco that are just more like slower paced. Bronco's been around for a long ass time.
That was phenomenal reporting. When you get hired away by 60 minutes, remember where you got your start. You know what I'm saying?
That's when you like you get to the point where you're like in front of the camera with a microphone, reporting from Puerto Rico live.
Like
I should have had one of those.
That would
when
no pro.
when Kashiana has like backstage passes to like the World Baseball Classic or whatever, and she's like at the top of the game. She's like the Christian Amanpour of the entire world.
Like this
and then like
college
me and
stuff.
Dutch are like waiting, you know, on like the little security, like they got the little gates, like, hey, Kashiana.
And be like, come on through, guys.
And you'd be like,
I know
"All right,
them.
I know that those guys are with me. They can come. They get
This
passes."
this college stuff we're doing will be nothing for you. When you go pro, you'll be like college. I'm a pro now.
But no, that was awesome. That was what the doctor ordered, because it gives me tons of confidence to like go
I
down there
forgot
and just
that
have
that
the
was
best,
going on.
best time.
Oh yeah.
But that's that segment. Now you got to stick around for some college baseball randomness,
Let's go.
and you can say anything you want about mascot names or any other random stuff. But I think the only two segments I really had left, because there was some happenings. We want to look at WBC. What's going on there? And some college baseball. And I
will say-
no. You got baseball chunks.
Yeah.
Let me bump you into baseball
I will say this real quick.
chunks.
So right now, Texas State is on a slide. We lost a couple games here.
Lost to the Road Runs.
Yeah, 2-11. However,
Okay.
we're still 7-5. We're gonna
I'm gonna bump you into your baseball.
we're gonna take a break. Our next game is on Friday. So between now and Friday, which is tomorrow, we're gonna rest up and come out firing and play North Dakota State and hopefully get the win.
Yeah, Jose Gonzalez.
Because we lost to UTSA 11-2, so that was not a fun game. But you don't win them all, so I'll say that.
Well, let me show you Jose
I'll say
Gonzalez' stats, though. Where'd he go? I had it. This is Trinity. Where'd my Bobcat stats go? Oh, that's that one. Here's the Bobcat stats. Jose Gonzalez, 5 homers.
Dude's balling. You know what I
Slugging,
mean?
890. Batting over 400. River Monster. What's up? So is Augie. Augie Ramirez, River Monster. He's got 3 ding-dongs. Texas State got good ball club. Good pitching, too.
August Ramirez is pretty good, too.
Yeah, Augie. Augie's
Yeah.
River Monstering up. But, yeah, they got some bats. I mean, Jose Gonzalez needs to get drafted. Pretty high, too, by the way. Okay, well, let's talk baseball chunks. And I'm just going to Google who you want us to look at image-wise.
When I was thinking about talking about this, I just thought of like 5 players off the top of my head that I could remember.
Okay.
And so
baseball chunks. So let's get on Dutch Cam and go baseball chunks.
what's happening? Okay, so the first guy, I thought of this subject because I was looking at his
You already defined chunks at the beginning of the show if you didn't.
Yeah, so a
check that
fat or aggressively fluffy animal.
Okay.
Fluffy animal.
Gotcha.
I struggle with words sometimes. I can barely speak English. So I was looking at my baseball cards the other day, and I came across a Daniel Vogelbach card, right?
Yeah, Vogelbach's legendary right now. He's like the most
Yeah.
present day chunk.
I love that dude. He's badass.
Let's look at
He's
Daniel.
gonna be he's gonna be a stud with the Mets this year. You know, he's not like
Daniel Vogelbach.
superstar,
First thing it
but
shows up, you put in VO.
he gets the job done. That's
Look
what
at
I.
that
That's
dude.
what. That's what.
Definitely a chomp.
Yeah, that
Look
you
at
know.
that.
So you
Oh,
know the
yeah.
word.
That's a unit.
Yeah, unit. There we go. That guy gets the job done. He's gonna be a star this year.
There
What's
he
that?
is.
What position does he play?
I honestly don't know.
Because
He
I was
just plays
wondering,
baseball god.
like,
Yeah.
You know, like he can
I
kinda
should know this
do
because
whatever he
I was doing
wants.
research, but I just forgot to like. You know what I'm saying?
That's legendary
But-
stuff right there.
So my next guy that I thought of was Bobby Jinks from the White Sox. Remember him from like the early
The
2000s?
closer.
Yeah.
He had a very short career.
I'm a Bobby Jinks fan. Like he was not a bad pitcher.
There he is.
Like, just look at that guy.
I spelled right. I spelled it.
He's
Booby
giving Guy
Jinks.
Fieri a little bit.
Oh yeah, with the blonde, the
The
blonde stuff.
goatee.
There's Jenks in all his thing. I want to pull up his baseball reference.
Like the dude's a stud. You know which would have been really cool if you remember back in like when was this, man? Like the
He was kind of short-lived. He was 6'4". Where is he from?
early 2000s.
Oh man, he's from Washington, dude. Inglemore? Are you freaking kidding me? They were in my conference.
You should know Bobby, man. Hey, Bobby.
He was after my time, but yeah, Newport High School, we played. I can't believe he's a Washington kid. Look at Bobby Jenks. He showed minor league stats too. Oh, he played for a while. Up till age 30. White Sox for 3 years. Look at his save numbers, 41 and 40. And when they win the World Series, they won it in 05. So it was like this 05 year right here. Oh, no, wait a second. They won it the year he was just kind of had been brought up. He got his postseason saves. Where's that? Postseason stats. I'm missing it. I can't find the postseason because I'm not smart. Baseball Reference is the best. I thought they usually had it right below here. Register batting. You ever get a hit? No. Register fielding. Teams play for. Anyway, Bobby Jenks, who's the third chonk? Postseason.
I mean, probably one of the best ones of all time, John Kruk.
The Cruckster.
John Kruk. I love John Kruk, man.
Pitching game logs postseason. I found it. Let's see what his postseason looked like. It's all 05. How many postseason saves did he have? I can't even find it, bud.
Oh.
Strikeouts, homers. Anyway. All right. Let's look at the Cruckster in all his glory.
I mean, who doesn't like John Kruk, man? That guy's fucking awesome.
Nice guy. You know who, if you looked at the latest MiLB Hatbilly, there's a Cruckster right there. Look at that, man. And he was a mullet dude, so that's even more badass. You know what I'm saying? When you're
He got
sporting
dip in his
that.
mouth.
What's up?
It looks like he has a big league chew in his.
Oh yeah, because
in that
especially in
one.
the 80s and stuff. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, I had that. But he's a baseball's player.
He is.
He's just like, didn't he like? What was his diet like? Beer and fried chicken or something?
The Grand Illusion talks a lot about West Virginia baseball because it has Billy Wagner and it talks about the Cruckster, but the Cruckster is the coolest dude ever, and he just came back this last season with the White Sox so he could get to where's his hits? So he could finish batting 300. And I forget what it was, but he has like interesting numbers. But this last season, like he got this one hit and got his career batting average to 300, and then he just hung it up.
Like 300 is really fucking good, dude.
That's
like,
hard to do.
Yeah.
Like if you think about the Cruckster, and so he hits 308 his last season. So the guy could still obviously hit at the major league level. You're batting 300. And I think he had like 2 homers, 25 RBIs, but like not slugging a whole bunch. But the utter confidence that like. Because, like, you could, like, I'm going to go back. Let me move this thing off your face. I'm going to go back because I want a career batting average 300, right? What if you hit 297? Dream's over. Like, he knew he could do it. He's like, I want to end my career batting average at 300, so I need to go get X amount of hits. And when I get it to 300, I'm hanging up the cleats.
And he only played in 45 games that year, too.
Yeah, exactly. He left in the middle of the season. He's like, my career batting average 300, and I'm done.
He's like, I'm out. What
That's
is it?
so
People say, peace, bitches.
So
He's
crazy. Kruk was just a total original and legend, and a chonk probably. That's true.
So
all his chonking glory.
I have a couple more, but I'm just gonna say their names, and then the last one we'll go through. But
initially, a Padres guy was Cruckster.
Yeah.
Young Kruk with still mullet though.
That he looks like he's about to go buy some beer and get fucking hammered.
Yeah, legend.
You boys listen to some Skinner?
All right, so that's 3 chunks. We got Vogelbach, Bobby Jenks. This is a good list. I don't know if it's as good as your cul-de-sac segment last show, but this is money. What else? Who else we got?
Okay, so I'll do 5. I'll do 2 more.
Yeah, please do.
So this one we're not gonna dive into, but he's one of my favorites.
Okay.
G-Man Choi. He's be a Rays. He's now a Pirate.
How do you spell G-Man Choi?
J-I like line hyphen M-A-N. I was like, do the line. The hyphen.
There it is. You just got to put in G. Shows
Okay,
up.
so
He is a chunk.
I love him, dude. He was my favorite Rays player, and it's unfortunate he went to the Pirates, but what can you do? His production was kind of going down, so
Like,
I cried in my bed for like a whole 24 hours when I heard the news.
there's some, like, if you, back when they're watching the,
I was like, I had tears like Lluvia, like rain. It was coming down, man.
and I can't think of the guy's name. I won't do it. Where's G? Mon Choi. It's not showing him.
No, it's not Mon. It's Man. M-A-N.
G-Man. There it is.
Yeah. G-Mon. Yeah, G-Man Choi, dude. That's still my player. I still root for him, man. You know, even though he's on a different team.
I gotta find it. I like this build of guy because there's a.
Because he played for the Angels before that.
KBO best prospects. There's a really young guy with kind of the same
Body type.
body type, and I can't remember.
It's my favorite body type, dude. Like a chunk guy.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I gotta find him. I don't know if they'll have a picture of him, but could be this guy, Sung Bum Na.
Maybe.
I think this is the guy. They had a picture of him, but he was really young. He was like 20, but he was a beast.
Yeah.
5 straight. No, this guy was young. Oh no, he was young, dude. The 20-year-old outfielder, explosive swing. Yeah, I think this guy. Let me see if I can see this guy. Jung Ho Lee. Jung Ho Lee might be also I hope he makes it to the show like Jimon Choi, because he's a big. Nah, this ain't the guy. I can't remember who it was.
Oh well.
This
Probably first base. That might be your best bet as a first baseman.
He was a big boy. He was young. Let's see if it's this guy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's him. Oh
Yeah,
no.
kinda
Yeah,
looks like-
he is. This guy's kind of a.
He's a G-Man Choi type kind of body style.
Yeah, maybe so.
He's
Oh,
like,
no.
"What's up, motherfuckers?"
You gotta keep track of the KBO, man. There's some dudes that can rip coming out of there. But anyway, G-Man Choi is a good chunk.
So this is an honorary mention. Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but my fifth and final, like, dude, should be on everybody's list, was Big Sexy himself, Bartolo Colon.
Bartolo Colon, pitching chunk.
Yeah.
I can't think of too many huge pitching chunks. I mean,
Yeah.
Fernando's a favorite. He was somewhat.
Johnny Cueto is
pear-shaped.
kind of heavy.
Cueto. Who's
Yeah.
another heavy set pitcher? Oh, Juan Baron Guerre. Let's take a look at old Bartolo. Bartolo's like playing like rec leagues and jacking homers and stuff. I remember when he was with early on in his career, he threw so hard. I think with the Indians. I can't remember. Yeah, these were like the prime years. He was like a 98 guy back when there weren't that many 98 guys. There it is. There's the bomb. And this is why you should not have the universal DH because,
Guys like that.
well, I mean, what you don't measure is the fun and enjoyment of dudes like this whiffing at the plate and then eventually just hitting one homer.
That's all you
That
need.
dude's great. Let me show you Juan Baron Guerre. Juan Baron Guerre was around. I don't know how you spell Baron Guerre. Baron Guerre.
So this is a mention that's not
I didn't
a
spell it right.
not a baseball player,
I spelled Juan
but he's
wrong.
like one of my favorite big dudes ever in terms of like athletes. Is remember Jared Lorenzen, the hefty lefty from Kentucky?
I'm not spelling Baron Guerre right.
That's one of my favorites ever.
The hefty lefty.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Dude, that's my favorite quarterback of all time in terms of like college play. I used to watch him when I was younger, dude. He was so good.
That's how you spell Baron Guerre.
Unfortunately, like, he didn't make it in the pros. He kind of had a weight problem, and unfortunately, he passed away. But it was fun watching him play at Kentucky.
Yeah, that guy is he, and he did pass away because I saw a
Yeah.
thing. There was like a 30 for 30 on him.
Well, when he was with the Giants, he like lost weight and got fit. But after he retired from NFL, or he didn't get signed or something, he gained a lot of weight back, and then kind of, Now he was a beast for the River Monsters, the Arena League team. I think something Kentucky, Northern Kentucky
Was
or
it?
something. Yeah. But yeah, dude, he was a beast, man.
I liked Berenguer. He was there's a good picture. He didn't have that big of a go. Legend. We played some independent league. If you look at Juan Berenguer's stats, I hope they have his independent league stuff. He ended up in like some Minnesota independent leagues, and my buddy, who was our JUCO coach, like managed him. It was like this league. The Minneapolis Loons. I don't even know if they're still Southern Mini. It was a wild story. This is either the Minneapolis Loons. Let's see if I can find the coach, Kevin Graber. Manager, Greg Olson. Nope. Not the Minneapolis Loons. So maybe it's the
Is that
Southern
the Olsen
Mini.
twins' dad? No.
Greg Olson.
Southern Mini Stars.
I could have swore Graber was the manager one of these years. There it is, Kevin Graber.
Oh, yeah,
This
CC
guy was
Sabathia
hilarious.
badass.
Let's see if I can open Graber's career, if there's anything on Graber.
Some of the names that other people have been saying was CC Sabathia, David Wells, Sid Fernandez, and then Ariel Lopez. Those were some of their suggestions.
That's awesome. Graber put himself in the game a few times. He hit 311. So
CC Sabathia was so fucking cool. I loved him.
God bless Kevin Graber. Southern Mini Stars. Okay, time for random baseball factoids. I'll go back to this camera, I guess, and see what we look like here. I haven't been. If I can go back to this, is what we look like right now. Got the three. There's Kashiana. Okay, so we'll hide this. Kevin Graber, assistant baseball coach at Lassen Junior College from upstate New York, played at like St. Rose, which is a college in Albany, and was a pretty big prospect. I think the Cubs or like a number of teams were looking at him, except like his senior year, he got lymph node cancer. So, probably gets his shot in the minors. It was a very good player, and lost a number of years due to this battle with cancer. Beat it, came back, and then like I don't know how he ended up being. I think there's like some connection with Bob Belizzi, the head coach out at St. Rose, and our JUCO coach, because he would send us. That's why I played baseball in upstate New York in the summer. Anyway, Graber came out. It was just a fish out of water in the sense that it's just like he was so funny as a New York guy. To us, he just cracked us up. But one of the most wildest personality dudes. And then years later, he ended up managing this team. And this team, my understanding, was owned by a kid. And the kid, sad story, and there's probably like a news article, the kid had been in a train accident in his backyard. Maybe his house had railroad tracks near the back of it or something, and there's a huge wreck, and I think he got burned or something terrible. I mean, it's kind of a terrible story, but he got a huge settlement. They're like, well, what do you want to do with your money? He's like, I want to own a minor league baseball team. And so he did. And that's who this team was, as far as my understanding, is the Southern Mini Stars, managed by Kevin Graber.
What's Mini from?
I guess Minnesota. This is this Prairie League.
Minnesota. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, this Prairie League thing. But Juan Berenguer was on this flipping team, 8-3, nasty, like a former major league pitcher in here. And Graber said Juan Berenguer was a really funny, nice guy, and he used to go, I can't do the accent, but he's like, Graber, you're pretty funny. I think I'm going to win for you today. And then he would go out and win the game.
Was it a Minnesota accent?
No. He was like from, I don't know where Berenguer is. He from Venezuela? He's from
Panama.
From Panama. He's a Panamanian. So he had I wonder if they got his weight here. Yeah, 186. I don't know about that though. 5'11". But anyway, random rabbit trail on.
Those weights are lies.
On Chonks, you can see how many teams he played for, but he's got 2 World Series rings. So.
Could you imagine if Jerry Lorenzo would have been a baseball player?
Yeah.
God damn, dude. That would have been cool to see.
Southern Mini Stars. I don't know if there's any more history on that team, but did they win there? Yeah, 42-24. So finished first. Random baseball stories. There you go. Southern Mini Stars and Juan Berenguer and the child owner and a crazy New York head coach. So there's that. That's a good segment on the chonks there, bud. Baseball chonks. Do we miss anybody? Can you think of anybody else? It's a chonk out there?
Well, the chat was saying, they were saying CC Sabathia.
He is kind of a chonk. He was athletic, though.
David Wells.
Wells is definitely a chonk.
I'm gonna fuck up this dude's first name, but Aurelio Lopez. Sid Fernandez, and then Rich.
I love Sid Fernandez. Sid Fernandez has
Rich Grasses or Grassies, I don't know. Like I said, I struggle speaking English. English isn't very my first language.
The sleek Sid Fernandez. Sid
Look at that guy.
Fernandez.
He's like, hey.
Sid.
Sid.
That's a good shot.
Yeah. Sid was a chonk. Look at that. Blah, blah.
God damn.
Yep. But he was nasty, and he's a lefty, and it's that total. When you go down like the rabbit hole on Hawaiian baseball, it's flipping amazing. All the great baseball players, dudes that have come out of there and like their leagues that they play. But Sid Fernandez, legend there, and you know who else? Of course, Joey Meyer, right? Longest home run ever hit for the Zephyrs. Dudes just love eating some Spam and drinking some beers, you know? There's a nice shot. You know? Yeah, you don't have to be a sprinter. You don't have to be Usain Bolt, you know, to play baseball.
When you're a pitcher and you're like hefty like that, I expect you to throw some serious heat.
Maybe you're crafty. It'd be even better if you're just slicing people up.
Like a Jimmy Moyer, you don't really throw that much heat, but you can get some good help.
Sid was good, man. Excuse me. Well, that's some baseball chunks. Get all the names, but yeah, that's a great Sid Fernandez card. Good number, good mustache in that card. Look at that stash on. Oh, whoop. But Hawaii.
Yo, Jorgen just rolled up.
Yep.
So
yeah,
Sid Fernandez. Yeah, chonks are just great, man. There should be like a team just full of chonks, a major league team. And you can only play on that team if you weigh a certain amount.
Yeah.
That sounds so fucked up.
Well, didn't some like there wasn't like some MLB talking head who
You know what? I want to put together like a chonk like greatest team ever. Try to fill every position.
I mean, it's the size of our bodies and because there was like an MLB talking head.
I've never heard of this guy. Have I not heard of Sid Fernandez?
Who was it that like made some offhand comment about how out of shape like some Brewers pitcher was, and then the world turned around and just shit all over that guy? We calling him fat, and we're not calling any of these dudes like if you're hefty lefty or whatever it is. People tend it's like Refrigerator Perry. Like you just tend to love those guys.
You just have a bigger body
because of the bias that the entire athletic world has against these dudes, and the fact that
they're playing professional baseball. They're clearly
when they can dominate.
They're clearly in shape. I mean, unless you're older, then at that point you just play first base and you stand out there with your glove out. Yeah. But you're still athletic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like these dudes are like out of shape dudes working in their garage.
Nah.
Hey, Dad, you want to go pitch for the Mets today? Sure, son. Why not?
I mean, and I don't know if that's like un-PC, like they're more lovable or whatever. Like when Bartolo Colon jacks a homer, I don't really know where to stand on that. I just know you're always rooting for the guy that's maybe the underdog, and you got to look past, the book's cover, so to speak, and like what's this baseball game made of, and you get awesome dudes like Sid Fernandez and the likes of like Bobby Jenks and all this. If they can play, they can play, and baseball has that, access for everybody, no matter your shape or size. But it is pretty fun to see.
I like that old school Mets uniform too.
Somebody breaks the stereotype, so to speak, of what we consider to be a professional athlete. Is awesome.
That's the thing about baseball too. All athletic types are welcome.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. But Sid Fernandez's greatness, any rabbit hole you can make on Hawaiian baseball and those dudes is really fun. But
is he better than Shane Victorino, the flying Hawaiian himself?
Victorino was great.
Dude, that 2008 Phillies team was stacked, man.
Benny Agbayani.
They had some fucking studs on that team.
These jackets right here, Major League Baseball, there's an article, so cool. And I can't remember who wrote it. It says Major League Baseball has a hoodie problem. Good article, but all these managers like traipsing out to the mound, these stupid hoodies with logos that say like, go hard or whatever the F they say. It's dumb.
Those
you
are
have
cool.
These glossy ass starter jackets with look how sick. That's a sick
I love those. I love baseball hoodies. If I was playing baseball, I'd wear a hoodie. Like if I wasn't playing at the game.
That's cool, but like, why do we get rid of something this pimp? You know, like the manager needs
You know what
to
was
go
always
out.
you know what was
and-
always funny to me is when the pitcher would get on base, he'd put on that jacket. He'd be on base in a giant jacket. It was so fucking
80s
cool.
baseball. Well, I can't spell shit.
Bonnie said one qualification of being a chonk is that strength.
It's true.
Country strong, I guess.
80s
if you're from the
baseball.
country.
See, this is the gloss I'm talking about right there.
Oh yeah, those classic
Look
jackets.
at that. Yes, but that's gone the way of the dodo bird. I guess it's just, you know.
I want to get a custom one made, dude, to wear that. I like
man.
Letterman jackets too. I want to get one.
I don't know, but that's a sick jacket right there. Look at all this stuff.
Didn't you slap with jersey over those
Let's
jackets?
look at Sid Fernandez's numbers. I'd love to know. Sid Fernandez. Good time in the show. Very cool. I wonder if he's
He
a
looks
20 game.
pissed in this picture.
16-6. Really good numbers. All-Star 2 years in a row. 86. That's the year they won it. Interesting numbers. And then the career bounced around a little bit. What do you do in the minors? 18 years old, right out of high school in Hawaii. He's got fun names.
See, you
Kaiser, Honolulu.
you were saying that the manager's going out on the mound and those you called them stupid hoodies with the sayings.
No, I mean I like a hoodie too. I have tons of hoodies, but like
You talking about for your manager to wear?
Yeah.
I think it's cool. The thing that I don't like is those sleeveless jerseys. I've never liked sleeveless jerseys.
I kind of like it just because of Ted Kluzinski just ripped
What was that guy that played for the Reds?
third round.
Puig, right? Didn't he have those jacked arms at one time when he played for the Reds? Right?
Yeah.
Is that who that was?
I don't know.
Fuck. I'm trying
Look
to remember.
who got drafted with Sid Fernandez. Got some dudes in here. Phil Bradley went ahead of him. Bet you wish you could. Gwynn went ahead. Gwynn was a third rounder. Missed on that. Nito, Scott Bradley, Craig Brown, Bob Williamson, Woodward, Sid Fernandez. It's Fernandez and Cone. Royals got Cone. Fernandez, Cone back to back. That's an interesting draft. I wonder if you go up interesting. Third round expansion drafts. There used to be a way you could like toggle third, fourth. Let's go to the second round of the 81 draft.
I wasn't even born yet in 81.
The other guys, Mike Gallego. I can never say Gibba's name. Langston, he was filth. Langston squandered his career with the shitty Mariners, but that guy was good. Kashiana's like, I know you're loving this, but this is what I have to do. This is my life. Just look up random baseball drafts from Elway. There he is.
John Elway.
So you didn't get Sid Fernandez, but the Yankees burned a second rounder on Elway. I think you had to do that, honestly, if you're the Yankees, though, because Elway threw like 97. And
He went to Stanford, right? Is that the school? No?
Yeah, he was.
Stanford?
He was a smart kid, and he went.
I mean, last couple of years with the Broncos, I don't know.
Okay. Another sidetrack we're going to do.
No, I like Elway. Elway's badass.
Elway could play ball. If you went and looked at his college numbers, was really good. But I'm going to show you that because we used to like play tournaments at the University of Washington, and if you ever played at UW, I don't think the fields moved. They would always tell you about this home run that John Elway hit. So I'm gonna have to go to the map and go to
Look at that guy.
look at Berenguer, University of Washington, and then I can find it on the maps. Like if I go here, this is where Elway supposedly hit the homer. If I can find the baseball field on campus, it's like over. You can always find a baseball field on satellite. No, that's not it. Where's the locks? No, this is not it. There's UW over here. Okay, so the baseball field is like over here on this end of campus. Oh, did they move it? It used to be. Oh my God, I think they did move the baseball field. Oh, you can still see the diamond.
Oh, shit.
This is cool. Okay, so that's so crazy. I haven't been to Washington in so long. So this used to be like when Lawyer Malloy and all those dudes like played baseball. This was University of Washington's baseball diamond. Supposedly, Elway hit a homer that went from this was like home plate, whew, and landed in the gas station parking lot, like
that's kinda
across the intersection.
Do you believe it?
I don't know. When we're out there playing, because this is like the bullpens were down here. That's so crazy. Because I do know they built them a new stadium. I guess this is the new stadium. Cool. Good job, UW.
They got the UW money.
Because their facilities were pretty dated for baseball. Oh, you can hit a dinger into the water at UW. That's awesome. So Elway's would have landed here. But, yeah, no, this was the old baseball stadium, and Elway supposedly hit one in over here. For those of you, that's a fun random baseball story. That's how we finish up the show, with just random ass Sid Fernandez draft years.
And go Bobcats.
Go Bobcats. What else do we want to talk about? Do we want to run down the UTSA Bobcats stuff and then bounce out of here? What's our time?
Sure.
3. What time is it? I got to pick up the
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. I got time. So there it is. UTSA is 11-3. That's what they've got to do. And they did take down our friends, but also and you don't think they're crosstown rivals, but when you're UTSA and you're not getting any selection respect, you have to have these wins.
A lot of Texas State people, they don't see it as a rival.
I'm sure they want to take down UT. That's like the UTSA, like Texas State is like, yeah, whatever, not conference, but then like Texas State is in a different conference than UT, and they're like, UT gets all the love because there's the Longhorns and they got all the media.
Yeah, they're always
and we like Texas State's like, we got to take down the Longhorns. So like for UTSA, who's like not getting selection committee love, is like, when Texas State comes to town, we got to go, and they did. Big game, and these are the ones that are slowly building your resume for the selection committee. So good game all around. Both great teams, great players, like them both. But that's kind of your midweek stuff. You can look at, and I got to find the Roadrunner stats are in here somewhere.
Texas State will bounce back from this loss, and
here's your UTSA stats.
They got a couple days off, so they're going to rest up and come back swinging.
This is kind of like Ian Bailey last year. You get these like transfers later in their collegiate careers, and Antonio Valdez has been an excellent addition to the Roadrunners. Look at that. Dude's hitting 4 bombs. Hitting over 400, huge part of the offense right there. So that's nice. Malone had a good start, but like you expect Malone, like just going to shut everybody out. It's not real, but he's still pitching good stuff. But Simon Miller's having himself.
Bonnie was saying that Elway raked in the minors too.
Did he? Did he have minor league time? I think maybe he did, like Russell Wilson or whatever. Let's look up John Elway minors. Did he actually get some stats? Elway. Does it show up in there? I don't know if he did. He do.
Oh yeah, there it is.
So he did. Oh, he did for the Yankees. Oneata hit 318, 4 bombs, 42 games.
Not bad at all.
Is that
some stats? I mean, that's not bad. How many games was 42?
42 games.
And his average was
22. So that was like the year after.
Batting average.
I guess I mean, that's not a bad pick by the Yanks. I think I could burn that pick. Could have had Tony Gwynn though. You missed on that.
The thing that I always like to talk to you about, because it'll always be like bothering you. But
yeah.
The greatest should have had person ever was when the Mariners should have drafted Lincecum.
Yeah, I'll never forgive any sort of
Timajam.
And that would have been the field that Lincecum also played on. I don't think they had the nice facilities.
Dude, Lincecum was so fucking good when he was good.
That's so crazy that they actually tore everything down. You need to go here and just I need to dig up the dirt right there and just put it in my pocket and say Lincecum pitched off of this dirt.
Just buy that land. Can I buy this one spot?
Also rabbits. There were a lot of rabbits around there.
Oh, bro.
Actually, like in the like you'd be in the field of play, there'd be like rabbits nibbling around the bullpens.
Come here, rabbit.
But that's a sweet facility. Look at that. What are they doing here? What is this setup? They just got like nets all over the place.
That's
here?
what it looks like batting cages or something.
UW.
Like warm up.
It's nice. Yeah, UW athletics just year to year. You never know. But, Pacific Northwest must be the softball. Pacific Northwest baseball is underrated. Frankly, a lot of good players out there, like Bobby Jenks, Inglemoor High School.
Bobby Jenks.
You guys want to see where Inglemoor is? It's like up here on the water too. I don't know.
I've never been to the Pacific Northwest. Not even close.
Inglemoor.
Tell you what, though, I've been to Colorado. I can tell you that much.
Inglemoor. Here's Inglemoor.
Goddamn right.
There's Bobby Jenks' home field. Oh, they got a nicer field too.
Bobby Jenks.
Bobby Jenks pitch there. There's Inglemoor. Newport's over. Where's Mercer? There's Mercer Island, and then my hike school was right here. It's Newport, and here, check it out. Oh, they gave us new field too.
Oh shit!
That was Bob Albo Field. He was the coach when I was there. He coached there twice. He won the state championship there, but right field was a porch.
What was the name of your the mascot for your high school?
We're the Knights.
Someone should write a song, Let's Go Knights, and say, Let's Go Jags.
And they really upgraded.
Let's go Knights.
The Newport Kniggets, as they say in Monty Python. But, yeah.
Hit one of those balls into that neighborhood right there.
State champions of football, though. 93.
93 was a hell of a year.
Hell of a year. All right.
I was 7 years old in 93.
Enough random there.
Yeah, I was 7 years old in 93. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Let's look at
hell of a time.
Lawyer Malloy might have done the same thing. I don't know if
didn't he stick with football, right? He went to football, right?
No, but he did play baseball at UW. And the UW story about Lawyer Malloy was he got beamed by a pitch, and then the umpire was like, no, dude, you were leaning over the plate, come back and hit. And he was all pissed. He goes, F you, you're going to make me hit again. And he hit a bomb to dead center.
He should have done a DX chop afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, suck it.
KBO top prospects.
KBO.
All right. What else have we missed? We've covered enough college baseball. We want to show the OLU scores. Sure. In case you're wondering what's going on in
this is brutal, man.
You're looking at, because there's a lot of colleges in San Antonio, but this game 33-0.
I feel bad for Texas
the box
college.
score on this game. And here's the and it's sad because these kids are out here trying to play baseball.
Yeah.
They're trying to have a thing, but it's just like you don't have the personnel. But you're kind of a hero because, I mean, they're 0-9. You're kind of a hero because you're like, dude, I just want to play baseball. Like every single guy on Texas college is just a kid that wants to play baseball, but you don't have enough dudes to really do it. One pitcher took that whole thing. This guy.
He was like,
that's tough, man.
I mean, he's got
kind of a hero. Like, I don't even know. That's just tough.
I wonder if he told the coach, just let me finish this. You know,
you're just throwing it in there. You know, at that point, your arm's killing you. You're trying to make it.
He gave up 20 walks.
Faced 63 batters.
Yeah. Look at that earned run. He got 29 earned runs.
I don't even want to do the math on it, but
that's brutal.
Dude,
tough. My fingers are crossed that he comes out next game and he pitches a shutout.
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that hasn't got a win. You can tell it's going to be a beating all year. But point being is, if you love baseball, like every single one of these kids are,
I'm sure
they're young men.
They're still having a good.
Young men is going out playing baseball.
They're still having a good time.
Yep.
They're not like.
I don't know if they're having a good time, but.
I mean, he might. Like, hey, we lose.
Roadrunners took down Pac-12. Trinity's doing pretty good. They're 9-5.
Texas, Dallas, what? Hometown.
I was trying to check Vuono's stats, but they're not pitching Vuono enough, which is probably why Texas Dallas's record.
There's my old stomping grounds, good old Dallas.
River Monster out there. Trinity's doing good. Who else we got?
UT Dallas is cool.
Looking at Texas. I don't know what we're doing here. We're looking at high school stuff, but that's enough. That's enough random for today. That's the show. Let me go back and we can show our favorite baseball cards we got. Show off our favorite baseball cards that we got on outro music. I'm not sure what's going to be the outro music, though.
This one seems good enough.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
Ready for a rap to come in.
Or maybe this one?
I think that was a reggaeton one.
Look at that one.
I like the one you just picked. The one below.
Yeah, that's the outro?
Yeah.
All right. Kashiana in the studio. You just had to sit through the baseball, but then we just go random factoids.
Was that boring to you?
I was enjoying listening to you.
Baseball is the greatest thing ever.
Even though I didn't know anything that was going on. Really,
I feel like baseball fandom compared to the other sports is the most intense, the most passionate. Just because there's so much history to it and so much that other sports don't have.
Yeah.
I mean, football's been around a long time, but baseball's been around the longest, so there's just so much cool stuff.
And the freedom for us to be able to talk out of our arses.
I will say,
there's actually no producers, except for Mr. Nakatomi. There's nobody really telling us, your show is terrible, stop. We can just, I'm sorry, we run it, we do what we want. Yeah.
I will say this, though. It was... Ever since we've been contacting ATG, we've met a lot of new and awesome baseball people.
Yeah.
So thanks to them for introducing, not just them, but their whole crew of people.
Yeah. Now the ATG really crew are made men, and I think there's a lot of, and I always talk about this. I talked just a little bit with Jake from MiLB Hatbilly. And I love, don't even Ken Rosenthal, all the dudes talking stats in exit velos and transactions and all kind of the surface level normal reportage that you might get. That's great. That's all great. But, if MiLB Hatbilly is going to talk about a guy who kind of went off the deep end, like Eric Shao, in that guy's baseball career, and all the weird stories that go along with the lives of people that play baseball, or ATG dudes that are like mixing in, punk music and all like Zoloft commercials and just talking about like historical rosters from like 1920s at the same time is so cool and off the beaten path. I don't know. It's just really cool.
Here's what it reminds me of.
What's that, Bob?
We're all DIY baseball stuff. But
Yeah.
So I look at it like this. It's basically the same thing as like when you're in a band, and you find your bands that are similar that you play with, and you just start playing shows together, all the time.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like, hey, we're playing with ATG again tonight down there at the Fremont. If you want to come check us out.
You know what? It's kind of another analogy that's kind of fun to think about is so like I grew up in the Washington area, and I like skiing. Like that's a really fun time.
Never skied.
But there's like the groomed runs, right? They're just made just to go down nice. Everything's nice and neat. But then there's like you're gonna duck the ropes, the out of bounds. You can just go find that sweet powder. And you could still kind of like get back to the resort, but you're going to take the off the beaten path. I think there's a lot of off the beaten path baseball that there is an audience for the different and the weird and the not mainstream.
There is,
and we're just forming up and uniting like Voltron. That's what I'm saying.
And I know ATG was trying to get a bunch of us together to do like a show or a meeting or something, or a Zoom call, but yeah, do like a combined thing.
I just want to take a trip with these dudes.
I want to go to Alabama too. It'd be fucking cool as shit.
I go my old stomping grounds, and I can actually maybe we could go to an actual South Alabama game, and you can look at them Jaguars song in person.
Yeah.
At a South Alabama game. Like
I can't promise you I won't laugh.
Actually, play that song before every game.
Let's go Jaguars.
Look at them Jaguars. Oh man, maybe the artist is still alive.
I will say this though: the more times I hear it, the less shitty that it is.
It gets better every time. It actually doesn't get better every time,
it's
but
not
it's still
a bad
hilarious.
song as far as like the song as a whole.
No.
It's just funny as fuck at first, but once you listen to it, you're like,
no baseball team has some random like 70s country musician decided to make a song about your baseball team.
I want someone to make us a song.
That was a good one.
Can we have like a grunge song like the 90s, like Nirvana or Pearl Jam or something?
Yeah.
Don't call me Triana, some bullshit.
I don't know what else, but yeah, that's a great show. Thank you.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Kashiana.
Anything you'd like to add?
No, thanks for having me.
Thank you for your awesome reporting.
We enjoy guests.
Everybody's looking forward to seeing the edits that come out of that trip. I think a lot more people are going to go to Puerto Rico and check out Winter League Baseball and hit some batting cages down there because that looks like a great time. But, man, good show. What was the last thing I was going to say? I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Go Bobcats.
Go Bobcats.
I'll say that.
Go Roadrunners. And,
I think of any other team I want to say go to. But first, I had to save the best for last.
Oh, the last.
Go Cornhuskers.
The Huskers, Dutch Chattahoochee always represent Nebraska. I would say this.
Nebraska's
check out
the motherland.
Next week, MiLB Hatbilly. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is...
I know what you're saying.
That dude makes some really... Check out his stuff before next show. Also, if you want to be interested in his musical chops, check out Pyro, Ohio. But the labors he puts in on his edits and research on his videos are really, really entertaining, captivating. Like, you don't really, like, ever stop a video and not make it all the way through because they're just really interesting bios, a lot of them on people. And he's pretty... more than pretty. He's doggone funny, dude. He slides in some hilarious humor. And he's not, like, it doesn't sound like he's trying to deliver a punchline. He's just saying, like, really hilarious shit.
And, like, music
and works it in.
And punk is my main thing, my main forte. So when I meet other
musicians,
fans of the music or musicians or whatever, it's great.
Yeah, Pyro, Ohio is hard. It's fudge,
definitely,
dude.
Yeah.
You're chipping a tooth if you're in the pit at that show. Like, you're thrashing in that.
I love a nice pit, man.
So next week, MiLB Hatbilly. Shout out to Dutch Chattahoochee, Kashiana.
What's your last
ATG,
name?
Washington.
Okay.
ATG. the wife, if she's still watching, and then MiLB Hatbilly and
No, she went and took a nap because she's got a meeting later.
She's watching JJ right
She's
now.
a professor, and I swear they have meetings every day.
Oh yeah.
So she'll teach class, she'll come home in the evening, and then sometimes go to a meeting.
Oh, so she's doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I was also shouting out to Miss the Mrs.
How about
watching,
the Wildcats, huh?
watching JJ,
That
but,
NBC Wildcat.
All right, folks. Hopefully you got something out of today. If not, we made you dumber, and that was also a win. So
We try our hardest
see
to,
y'all
to
next
bust
time.
knowledge. Thanks everyone who was in the chat and watching the show. We
yeah,
appreciate
dude. Thanks,
you.
guys, gals.
I always appreciate anybody.
Folks. And I guess I have to go to YouTube and end the stream.
That sounds weird to say in the chat. Like we never had this
Oh,
much
no,
engagement,
dude.
so it's kind of cool.
End that stream. Till next
Peace.
time.
Peace out. Adios,
And,
amigos.